Ning Xuyen saw Dongfang Chong jump and her eyes went red. Luckily Fei Fei didn't see this. Regardless, this person was her father. Ning Xuyen saw Dongfang Chong jump and her eyes went red. Luckily Fei Fei didn't see this. Regardless, this person was her father. Ning Xuyen knew that this all happened because Yi Mo came back. She had heard of how decisive and cruel Yi Mo did things from her great-grandpa. Now it really did seem so. Yi Mo only knew this last night, but it was already resolved this morning. Ning Sishuang didn't ask anymore. She guessed that Yi Mo might have done this was too unbelievable. After Yi Mo did things to Dongfang Chong, he didn't bother paying attention to that anymore. At this moment, he was at Ning Hai. Ning Hai was the place he had the most memories. It was the place he first came to and the place he had the most emotional ties. He came to the small yard he once lived at. Yi Mo found that there was someone still cleaning this place. It was very clean inside and outside. Yi Mo came in and realized that no one actually lived here, but there was someone coming to clean this place every period of time. The belongings in the house were left untouched. Yi Mo stood in this place for a few hours until someone entered the yard. Yi Mo just realized that it was daylight. "Who are you? How did you get in here?" It was a woman in her 50s. "I lived here before and I happened to come passing by, so I came to visit." "Who are you? I've never seen you before," Yi Mo asked. The woman looked at Yi Mo with uncertainty. "I was hired to clean here every day." "So this was it?" Yi Mo nodded. It was probably the Ning Zhongfei couple hiring this woman. Leaving this yard, Yi Mo scanned his spirit sense out. He came back to the same place, but the people were different. Jingwen and Qingxue weren't here. He wanted to go visit Jingwen's mother and then go back to Luoyu City and see the old friends there before he went back to Luoyu continent. Although this was where he lived before, he missed Moyu City more. His family was there. But when Yi Mo scanned his spirit sense out, he didn't find Su Jingwen's mother in the entire Ninghai city. Soon, Yi Mo saw a familiar person on the streets. It was that Su Mai he didn't like. She wasn't the young girl like before and seemed more like a mature married woman. There was a woman in her 30s next to her and the two were walking on the streets. Yi Mo quickly came and stopped in front of her. Su Mai frowned, but when she saw Yi Mo she screamed. Su Mai pointed at Yi Mo. "It's you. You're Yi Mo. How can you not have changed at all?" The eyes of the woman next to Su Mai lit up immediately upon seeing Yi Mo. Seeing that Su Mai knew Yi Mo, she was even more happy. She didn't expect there to be such a perfect man. His temperament and body was exactly what she was looking for. "Mai, you know him? Introduce us." The woman pushed Su Mai. Su Mai quickly said wait. Yi Mo didn't ask anything. He waited till Su Mai calmed down completely before asking politely, "Su Mai, I want to ask, where is Jingwen's mother?" Hearing this, she raged, "Yi Mo, where did you get Sister Jingwen to go? Tell me, where is she?" Yi Mo frowned. He didn't want to talk to her, but he had to ask her about Su Jingwen's mother. Realizing this, Yi Mo resisted the urge to leave and just wanted to speak when the woman next to her said, Mai, don't get so excited. Talk slowly. Is he called Yi Mo?" Yi Mo saw this woman help him and studied her. She was on par with Su Mai in looks and her body was even bustier than Su Mai. Her eyes had a peachy look. Yi Mo frowned. This woman's kai was very mixed. More so than the green-robed woman he saw in the Sand River, one could see how promiscuous she was. But Yi Mo nodded to her politely. "Yes, I'm Yi Mo." Su Mai finally calmed down a little and sneered, "Yi Mo, where is my cousin? What did you do to her?" Yi Mo said calmly, "She's with me. She's very well now, you don't need to worry. I came to you just to ask where Auntie Moo is." "Very well. And there's no news of her for more than a decade. No phone call for more than a decade." Su Mai wanted to grab Yi Mo's collar. Yi Mo grabbed her wrist and said calmly, "It's up to you if you believe it, but only I need to know she's fine." Yi Mo saw with his own eyes Blue Moon charging out of the region of the sea quake. With Blue Moon's speed, even if Jiling wasn't Truth Realization State Cultivator, they would be able to arrive at Moyu City safely, much less Jiling was a Truth Realization State Cultivator. Plus, he had slept with Su Jingwen and thus if something happened to her, he would be able to sense it with his sixth sense. If it wasn't that Su Mai was Su Jingwen's cousin and she was indeed worried about Su Jingwen, Yi Mo would have searched her mind already. Seeing more and more people watch them, Imo frowned. He even wanted to forcefully read Sumai's memory, but at this moment a man in his 40s saw Imo and suddenly walked up to Imo. Just when Imo didn't know what this guy wanted, he suddenly knelt down. Sumai and her friend dazed, and so did everyone. He was clearly a wealthy person. His dress showed that he had no simple status, but someone like that knelt down. Then, the man said, "Master Mo, I've finally found you." Then, as though feeling he recognized the wrong person, he quickly got up and bowed to Imo. "May I ask if you're a descendant of Master Mo? I saw you looked exactly the same as Master Mo, but the last time I saw him was more than a decade ago. You two look exactly the same." Imo was confused what this guy was on about. Seeing this, the middle-aged man said respectfully, "Many years ago, my father and I met the almighty Master Mo on a plane. Master Mo and Master Meng Joshan were together, but my father missed the opportunity to know Master Mo for being rude. Then my family went to find Master Meng Joshan, but even he didn't know where Master Mo went. We've been searching for Master Mo all these years, and I see that you look exactly the same as Master Mo, so..." Imo looked at this man and said, "I remember, your father said I was a fraud on the plane. I said your father has heart problems, but he didn't believe me. By the way, how is your father?" "Huh." The man dazed and immediately was about to kneel down again. Imo quickly stopped him. "If there's anything, just say it. I am really blind. I didn't know you are Master Mo. Master Mo is almighty. How can you age like us mortals?" The middle-aged man said in agitation. "Imo, come with me to Mingxin Hospital now. Sister Jingwen's mother is about to leave. If it wasn't that she missed Jingwen, she would have long left," Sumai suddenly said. Knowing this, Imo immediately scanned with spirit sense and soon found the hospital. It wasn't in the city center, but it was very luxurious. Knowing this, Imo immediately scanned with spirit sense and soon found the hospital. It wasn't in the city center, but it was very luxurious. Knowing this, Imo didn't want to waste time talking to Sumai anymore and dashed out. No one watching could feel Imo leaping away. Imo didn't use any extraordinary means, as disappearing into thin air was too absurd, but when Imo leaped out, another person stopped him. "Patron Yi's killing intent is too dense. Come with me to cultivate in serenity for a while." A peaceful voice sounded before Imo. Seeing this person to be Wu Dao monk, Imo was speechless. He only killed a few Shi Tang people after coming back, and this was considered too murderous. But Imo felt strange. He only killed the Dongfang people last night. How did Wu Dao know? "Old monk, long time no see." Imo smiled. Wu Dao was no match for him before, and now, he wouldn't even need to move to annihilate him. But Imo had a good impression of this old monk who didn't mind his own business, so he didn't attack. "Old monk, I have some business to do. If you want to find me, then go to Mingxin Hospital quickly, or I won't wait for you." "Patron Yi, you might not be able to leave now then." Wu Dao grabbed at Imo's wrist. Seeing this, Imo knew that Wu Dao improved a lot. He was on par with Li Cheng of the small world, but he didn't have time to waste with this old man. He leaped out again. Wu Dao didn't mind seeing that Imo tried to escape. He thought it was impossible for Imo to leave in front of him. But then he was dazed. He missed and Imo was nowhere to be seen. He spun around and Imo was nowhere to be seen. At this moment, a voice sounded by his ear. "Old monk, those people I killed last night deserved it. You wouldn't think I killed wrongly, right?" Wu Dao was extremely shocked. He instantly knew that Imo's power wasn't something that he could even fathom. He immediately disappeared in the crowd and headed towards Mingxin Hospital. Where is he?" The woman with Sumai asked in shock. This guy has always been sneaky." Sumai was confused why Imo disappeared, but she was still unhappy. "Master Mo went to Mingxin Hospital." The middle-aged man reacted quickly and immediately dashed out, clearly heading for the hospital. In the Mingxin Hospital, Imo saw the old and feeble Muan in a top-grade room. He sighed. Tang Mengario was many times older than Muan, but she was so young. Is Wenwen back? Muan was about to pass away, but she seemed to know Imo coming in and struggled to sit up. Imo really wanted to give Muan some pills, but then he realized it was inconvenient for him. He had many good pills, but they all removed poison and impurities from the body. Who would help her wash? He should have brought Sumai here. Jingwen isn't back. She's very well. I came to visit you first. Yimo said. You're Yimo? That rune master. Muon recognized Yimo and called out in joy. She knew her daughter was in love with Yimo and went to find him. She asked again, is Jaeingwen all right? Did she find you? Did she come back? Hearing this, Yimo thought of that snowy day on the streets of a small city where Jaeingwen almost died. If she did, how would he face this mother? Seeing her expectant eyes, Yimo comforted Muon's body with his cultivation essence and said, Auntie, don't worry, Jingwen is with me. She didn't come back this time, but she will come back and visit you in the future. There was a sliver of disappointment in her eyes and she said, you need to treat her well. She's a little emotional and very stubborn on some things. Then, she said again, I heard you have 2 wives. Yimo nodded awkwardly. He had more than 2. Muon sighed, Jingwen has to like you. She came later on, don't look down on her, sigh. Where is Jingwen? I'm going, I really want to see her. Muon couldn't resist asking. Yimo could only say Jingwen is in a place cultivating to become an immortal. When her cultivation is ready she can come and visit you. Even though she knew Yimo had the ability to make runes, she was still so angry she fainted upon hearing this. Yimo could only wake her with cultivation essence as he said helplessly, Auntie, everything I said is real. Yimo quickly said, don't you feel much better than just then? This is treatment with cultivation essence. He also quickly took out the crystal ball of when Su Jingwen reached hollow spirit state. Auntie, if you still don't believe me, look at this. It's when Jaeingwen reached a milestone in cultivation. Looking at Su Jingwen flying around in the sky after the divine damnation, she was dazed. Her daughter was younger than before and even prettier. Was there really immortals in this world? Was her daughter an immortal? But then, she realized she was tricked and said melancholically to Yimo, don't trick me with these computer-synthesized images. Jaeingwen is my baby, tell me, where is she? Yimo was speechless. Auntie, see if I have aged. I've been cultivating too, so I look very young. Muon just remembered that the last time she saw Yimo was many years ago and he was still this young now. Was he really an immortal? But then, she realized that Yimo was a rune master, he would have the ability to keep himself looking young. She tried to calm herself and said to Yimo, I just want to know where my daughter is. Don't lie to me saying it's cultivation. Okay, even if she's cultivating, I think it's fine for me to see her, right? Seeing that Yimo was speechless, Muon said with despair, you say you're an immortal. Then treat my illness and make me look young again. If you can't even treat me, why lie to me that you're an immortal? I know you're a rune master and I have this energy now due your treatment before. But I really miss my daughter. Yimo, please I beg you. Let me see my daughter. Yimo's heart was aching hearing this. He knew that Su Jingwen was very close to her mother while her father was focused on his career. If possible, he really would like to bring Muon to see Su Jingwen, but he couldn't. Yimo said seriously, Auntie, I can make you a few decades younger and treat your illness in less than an hour. But I can't do it here. If you regain your youthful look it would cause an uproar. Muon smiled, but there was no real smile on her face. It was like her watching the show of a liar cure me. If you can really cure me in an hour then I will believe you. Otherwise, please tell me if Su Jingwen is alive or dead. Yimo could only say, I was thinking that too. Come out of the hospital with me and then go home to eat the pills. After you eat the pills there will be waste expunged out of your body. You need to wash it in time. When Su Mai is back she can help you. Yimo could only say, I was thinking that too. Come out of the hospital with me and then go home to eat the pills. After you eat the pills there will be waste expunged out of your body. You need to wash it in time. When Su Mai is back she can help you. Muon's eyes didn't even flinch and she said calmly, according to what you say, if I can turn youthful I won't need someone to help me. Plus, you would tell me that pill would only work after a long time, right? Pausing for a moment, Muon's tone grew calm instead. Master Yi, I know you're a powerful person. No matter if you made the clear spirit rune or you got it somewhere else, it's your capability. But I know my condition, I can't survive till the day Jingwen comes back. Just tell me, how is Jingwen? Yimo helplessly took out 3 pills. These 3 pills. Before Yimo even finished, Muon ate the 3 pills. It immediately turned into a spirit liquid that was digested by the organs. Yi Mo could stop it, but he didn't. Since she wanted to try now, he would let her try. After eating the pill, she showed a self-mockery expression. I've eaten the pills now. Can you tell me what happened to Su Jingwen? Yi Mo sighed. Auntie, I think you should go to the bathroom and wash first. This was high-class room and there were top-quality bathrooms. Just when she wanted to say something, her face suddenly changed. There was a huge rustling in her body which then turned into huge pain. Then, a cool and soothing spirit liquid swept over, almost making her moan. A few minutes later, she felt every part of her body was turning and there was a burning sensation. It slowly expanded outwards until it burned the skin. After this burning, there was a cooling kai slowly flowing. This felt very strange, but Muan felt it indeed. Was this real? She thought of the effect of the rune Su Jingwen said before and felt more and more that Yi Mo might be telling the truth. Before she could ask, there was this putrid smell seeping out of her body. Looking at it, Muan saw it was black sweat mixed with this mud-like substance. Muan instantly realized that Yi Mo was telling the truth. She felt embarrassed and quickly went into the bathroom. She didn't even realize how she could get up so quickly and charge into the bathroom. She couldn't even get up before. Water splashed, and just when Yi Mo wanted to leave, a nurse came in with a trolley. She immediately asked, "Who are you? Why are you here without permission?" Yi Mo rubbed his nose, and before he said anything, the nurse screamed, "Where is the patient? Where did the patient go? What is this smell?" Yi Mo waved his hand and the strange smell disappeared. There was an anxious voice in the bathroom. "Is it Xiao Yu?" "I'm in the bathroom. I'm fine. Just wait for me outside." "Auntie Mu, how did you get in the bathroom yourself? How is that possible?" The nurse's face went into a worry. She checked not long ago that Muan couldn't move. Muan completely understood what Yi Mo said now. She didn't even dare to believe this. In the big mirror, she didn't look at all. She looked like a woman in her 40s. Her skin was smoother than it was when she was actually this age. Her body was so smooth that she was a little embarrassed to look at it. How is this possible? But it happened indeed. That instant, Muan believed Yi Mo. Her daughter was really cultivating to be an immortal. The crystal ball Yi Mo gave her was real. Or perhaps she just needed to ask if Yi Mo could fly and she would know. She even regretted forcing Yi Mo to take out the pill. If word got out, the whole world would be asking for her secret. Yi Mo walked out of the room. In the broad corridor, Yi Mo sat down on the chair. Su Jingwen's mother was 30 years younger. Clearly she can't stay in Ninghai anymore. He had planned to take her to Luoyu City when he left, so settle with Ning Qingshua's parents. In his spirit sense, an old monk rushed here. Other people wouldn't be able to see him clearly, but Yi Mo smiled. This old monk wasn't slow. After this monk reached Great Heaven State, he turned younger. Patron Yi. Wu Dao saw Yi Mo sitting on the bench. Yi Mo patted the chair. "Have a seat. Big monk, long time no see. Your martial arts have improved. You've reached the real Great Heaven, not bad." Wu Dao didn't sit down and instead said, "Patron Yi's prowess is through the heavens. You've surpassed Great Heaven." "I've been sitting in a well." Yi Mo smiled. "I've been out for more than a decade, but you say my killing intent is too dense. Where did you get this from?" Wu Dao frowned and said, "After a long while were Hong Martial Sect, Dian Kang Sect, Juming Academy, and these sects not annihilated by you? You annihilated the Gourd Cove and forced Dian Kang to seal their sect. When did this happen?" Even Yi Mo wanted to know who annihilated these hidden sects. Even if the person had conflict with an individual sect, there was no need to annihilate them all. Plus, that needed power. Because of the teleportation formation to the small world opening, almost all the masters of the hidden sects had left, but there were still some masters left. Wu Dao realized this had nothing to do with Yi Mo, but he still answered, "It's been 3 months. These 3 months, hidden sects kept being found and annihilated. Some sects didn't even have any livestock left." Hearing this, Yi Mo scanned with his spirit sense. He cared about serenity. That was where Susu was at before. But Yi Mo didn't find anyone there. He asked, "Big monk, where did the Serenity sect people go?" Wu Dao sighed. "When I got to Serenity, they might have been slaughtered already." Other than Jing Hui, who went out, There might be no one left from Serenity. When did you go to Serenity? Yimo couldn't keep his calm face anymore and got up abruptly. He thought of the kind and amicable Jingxian nun and was furious. Patron Yi, I've been to Serenity and I saw a few people getting killed. The rest of the people might not be killed. They might have gone into hiding under the leadership of sect leader Jingxian. Seeing Yimo's fury, the monk quickly said. Yimo sneered, monk, no matter who did this, I'm intervening for sure. You don't need to worry, I will solve this matter within a day. Wu Dao just wanted to say something but saw Su Mai and that middle-aged man come in. That friend of Su Mai was behind her. Yimo, when did you come? How did you come this fast? Did you see Jingwen's mother? Su Mai asked. Yimo frowned. Auntie is fine, don't worry, she will come out soon. Su Mai raised a brow. Do you have any conscientious? Auntie is sick like that and you say she's fine, are you a human? Xiao Mai, I'm really fine, don't blame Yimo. Muan said shakily, and the nurse behind her was still full of shock. Xiao Mai, I'm really fine, don't blame Yimo. Muan said shakily, and the nurse behind her was still full of shock. You. Su Mai, like the nurse, looked at Muan with extreme shock. After a long while, she said, your auntie? Muan nodded to Su Mai and said, Xiao Mai, it's not convenient to clack here, let's go back first. Yimo, come with us too. I have a lot to ask you. Yimo nodded to Su Mai. Su Mai, go back with auntie first, I'll come over in a bit, I still have some things here. Muan nodded and pulled Su Mai out of the hospital. Master Mo. The middle-aged man came up and asked carefully. Seeing this, Yimo said, is your father still alive? You want me to treat your father? Yes, yes. The middle-aged man quickly said, when my father went back, his heart condition soon deteriorated, but by then, we couldn't find Master Mo anymore. My father sent people to find Mrs. Qing Kuei, and hearing that she was treated by you, my father went to find Master Meng Zhoushan, but we didn't get any news of you. Your father is not bad, surviving till now. Yimo approved. When he was on the plane, he saw that the man didn't have much time to live. The middle-aged man quickly said, it's because my father always uses Luo Yu's heart-preserving pill and thus he was able to save his life. Yimo nodded. Being able to use the heart-preserving pill so frequently, they weren't just ordinary wealthy people. He took out a paper casually and drew a few runes on it before giving it to the middle-aged man. Take this back and put it on his chest, he would be fine an hour later. Although Yimo was no rune master, but with his truth realization state level 3 power, it was too easy to cure a heart disease patient with rune. His pills were too precious and there was no need to waste them. The middle-aged man took the paper reverently and after putting it away, he took out a card. He knew Yimo's rules. Yimo waved his hand. I have no need for money, you can go. The middle-aged man saw that Yimo was waiting for Wu Dao and knew Yimo had more important things. He quickly put away the card and thanked Yimo again before leaving. Then, Yimo asked Wu Dao, do you have any clues on the culprits for annihilating the hidden sects? If there was any clue, Yimo would be able to find it with his spirit sense no matter where these people hid. Wu Dao shook his head. No clues. A surviving black-level ancient martial artist from the Juming Academy saw they wore grey robes. They are very powerful and have extremely powerful weapons. Do they have marks on the clothes? Yimo asked. This would help him find them faster. Grey clothes were useless clues to other people, but for Yimo, this was enough. No. Wu Dao answered. Yimo nodded and didn't talk. Wu Dao sighed. He knew that Yimo's power was far beyond his. Something that he wasn't able to do might truly be done by Yimo. He suddenly really wanted to ask Yimo what was above great heaven, but just when he was about to ask, he realized, what was the point of asking if he wasn't at that state? Realizing this, he didn't disturb Yimo and disappeared into the streets. Yimo stood in the hallway of the hospital and closed his eyes. His spirit sense expanded out. It was hard to search for one grey-clothed man, but it wasn't hard to search for a group of them. Yimo stood in the hallway with his eyes closed, not moving at all. Many people felt this was strange. But no one would ask Yimo anything. Only a nurse bit her lips waiting by Yimo's side. Xiao Yu, what are you doing there? Another nurse asked. Xiao Yu quickly said, wait for me. I'll come soon. The nurse looked at the two and nodded in confusion. Xiao Yu was the nurse in Muan's room. Seeing Muan's change and how Yi Mo gave that middle-aged man a white paper and that middle-aged man took out a bank card, she knew Yi Mo was no ordinary person. She didn't dare to disturb Yi Mo. An hour later, Xiao Yu's legs were sore and she wanted to sit down, but Yi Mo suddenly opened his eyes. He grunted. His spirit sense stopped at a place a few thousand kilometers from Ninghai called Mang River. It was close to the sea and many illegal immigrants came from there. At this moment, Yi Mo's spirit sense landed in an insignificant town there. It didn't seem like there were a lot of people here. Theoretically, being a coastal city town, it should be quite prosperous, but instead, it was more like a shanty town. There were large rows of ancient-styled constructs and a row of old walls encompassing these buildings, forming a separate district. There were some huge family ancestral halls that were also very run down. However, there were still people living here. Yi Mo's spirit sense landed in this ancestral hall. It was very big, but there were nearly 200 people in here and tens of people outside. Half of them were grey-robed and the other half Yi Mo felt was hidden sect ancient martial artists. Yi Mo couldn't hear them talk, but he could tell the atmosphere wasn't good. Yi Mo took back his spirit sense and planned to go there. These people might be the culprits for annihilating the hidden sects. Big brother, that uncle told me to give this to you. The nurse quickly came up and took out a card. Yi Mo waved his hand. Thanks for taking care of Auntie Mu, you can have the card. Yi Mo turned and disappeared at the door of the hospital. Money was useless to him. If he needed money, he can take out a golden brick at any time. The nurse didn't know what to do. Mang River was near the sea, but it wasn't very well developed. The people here were chaotic. It wasn't as bad as Flowing Snake, but not that much better either. Mang River was near the sea, but it wasn't very well developed. The people here were chaotic. It wasn't as bad as Flowing Snake, but not that much better either. Xieyang town belonged to Mang River, but it was at the border. This town was nearly 200 kilometers from Mang River, and because of transportation issues, this town was excluded from development. Amidst the ancestral hall, a short-figured man suddenly roared, "Wang Lingfa, are you going to keep us all here if we don't agree to you?" Jiyu Yanghe, what do you mean? I've already annihilated the Gourd Cove and Juming Academy. We South Mountain Wang family is the third biggest sect in the hidden sects. For this, we exposed ourselves to take leadership just to protect the hidden sects. Otherwise, it would be difficult for us to even remain. A skinny man in his 50s sneered. Then sect leader Wang, who do you think is attacking so many of our hidden sects and using such bloody means? A middle-aged woman said. Wang Lingfa said slowly, I think everyone knows who annihilated Gourd Cove. It's Luo Yu City Yi Mo, and then he made Dian Kang Seal sect. Now that this is happening again, do we really need to guess? The woman sneered. Sect leader Wang, I think it's because Yi Mo killed your brother and didn't leave a single person of the Wang family at Broken Top Mountain, and that's why you hate him so much. Wang Lungfa said hatefully, that's right, that Yi Mo has great enmity with my Wang family, how can I let him go? But now, this bastard is this crazy, he wants to annihilate us hidden sects, thus we Wang family need to stand out. Jiyu Yanghe was quite close to Yi Mo and approved of Yi Mo's character at the hidden sect tournament. Hearing the undermining words against Yi Mo, he helped Yi Mo again. Sect leader Wang, I was there when it happened. I won't talk about who's right and who's wrong. Yi Mo went to the small world through the teleportation formation. Everyone knows this, but sect leader Wang still wants to say that Yi Mo did it. Is this because of the conflict between you two? Wang Lungfa immediately reproached, did you see with your own eyes that Yi Mo went to the small world? I know Yi Mo helped you before and you can help him make excuses, but please don't put the fate of the hidden sects at risk. Plus, who else other than Yi Mo can annihilate so many hidden sects in such a short few months? Oh, then what do you mean? Sect leader Wang? Another middle-aged man got up and asked coldly. Wang Lungfa said many hidden sects were tricked to go to Luo Yu City by Yi Mo, and now the remaining hidden sects were attacked. I think we should join up to against Yi Mo, including the hidden sects that went to Luo Yu. Attack Yi Mo, the middle-aged man sneered. Yi Mo represents Luo Yu City. Luo Yu is just a city, but it's more powerful than some countries. Sect leader Wang, your ambitions are really great. Wang Lungfa also sneered, of course it's not enough with just us, but we can also join up with other people. Large amounts of hidden sect masters left through the teleportation formation to the small world. We have more than 90% of the hidden sect masters gathered here. Plus, we're not fighting against the entire Luo Yu. Yimo representing Luo Yu is the past. Now, Luo Yu is a democratic city. I just want the hidden sects to have a place to survive. Yimo annihilated so many of our hidden sects, is it wrong to ask for a place to stay in Luo Yu? The middle-aged man didn't fear Wang Lungfa at all and yelled, Wang Lungfa, don't think of everyone as idiots. Don't think we don't know that you annihilated Hong Martial Sect, Dian Kang, and Juming Academy. If Yi Qianbei is still in Luo Yu, would you dare to call for an attack against him? If Wang Yijian and Zheng Zhengxia and these Qianbeis were still here, would you dare to be this cocky? Wang Lungfa took out a soft sword and pointed at the middle-aged man Zhonghua. Yimo saved your life in the hidden sect tournament, and thus you can't even tell the difference between right and wrong. Now you dare to undermine the Wang family. No matter how powerful we are, how can we annihilate Dian Kang and Juming Academy? Today, I'm going to experience the power of masters from the Guang Yarrow Temple. Zhonghua pulled out a thin blade from his back and said when the teleportation formation was opened, your Wang family was still in sect seal. Of course you can preserve your power, but Wang Yijian and Zheng Zhengxia, these masters, had already left. It's no wonder that Juming Academy's power declined. Plus, Wang Lungfa, you conspired with those grey-robed people, don't take everyone as idiots. Then, Zhonghua flicked his sword and said, Dao friends, I believe everyone knows in their heart that South Mountain Wang family conspired with foreigners to steal the resources of our hidden sects and also tries to trick us into fighting Luo Yu City. Can we really fight the Luo Yu City? I believe everyone knows that the Wang family just wants us to die. Although I don't know why they're doing this, but if we still don't wake up, we'll be devoured whole eventually. Dao friend Zhonghua, those grey-robed people are the mortal world powers of the Wang family. What evidence do you have to say they're foreigners? An old man got up. So it's Will Sword Sect leader Yu Dao. Sect leader Yu has been in solitary cultivation, so it's no wonder you don't know this. People have long noticed that Wang Lungfa conspired with those grey-robed people. Even Wu Dao Qianbei knows a little because an Earth-level primary stage ancient martial artist got up and said that's right. A friend escaped from the Juming Academy and he saw the killers were those grey-robed people. Now that I see these grey-robed people, I know we're trapped. Now it seems that not only did they conspire, but they're not afraid of exposing it at all, or they wouldn't let these grey-robed people come out into the public. Sect leader Wang, if we don't agree to you, we probably won't be able to leave here, right? Wang Lungfa sneered, you're right, those who don't agree to me will disappear. I've been doing my best for the hidden sects. Then, Wang Lungfa took a step back and the two grey-robed men next to him raised their weapons. Two dark rays flew out extremely rapidly. It wasn't even able to be seen, much less blocked. Black level can dodge ordinary pistol bullets and Earth level can dodge custom-made pistol bullets. But these two rays were many times faster than bullets. The shadow already reached Zhonghua and the other Earth level's head. Zhonghua, who was vigilant, raised his sword without hesitation and in a clank, a small black line was flicked away, but that also made Zhonghua take a step back. Meanwhile, the other Earth level's head was pierced in a stream of blood. The other ancient martial artists were all dazed. Now, everyone realized that what Zhonghua said was real. There were about 50 grey-robed people and 30 from the Wang family. There was definitely more people outside. An Earth-level primary stage was easily killed. Zhonghua was Earth-level tertiary stage but only barely stopped it. Who would dare to fight such power? Wang Lungfa sneered, those who wants to join up with us against Luo Yu Yimo can stand on my side. Those who don't want to can go outside. A few people already walked over. More and more people went over as fighting with Wang Lungfa meant 90% death. Zhonghua suddenly laughed, I won't go with your Wang family. What can you do? Count me in two. Jiu Yanghe said and stood by Zhonghua. Count me in two. Jiu Yanghe said and stood by Zhonghua. Seeing so many people still hesitating, Wang Lungfa sneered, kill them. A few grey-robed men raised their weapons. Jiyu Yanghe and Zhonghua wanted to charge out of the hall, but as soon as they turned, they saw the entrance was filled with grey-robed people, each having the same weapon. Zhonghua and Jiyu Yanghe's heart sunk. Thud thud. This was the familiar sound that killed the earth level before. With this many sounds, it was obvious that Jiyu Yanghe and Zhonghua couldn't live at all. But after the sound, Jiyu Yanghe and Zhonghua were completely fine, but an extra person appeared here. Brother Yi. Yi Qianbei. City Lord Yi. Many people knew Yi Mo, but many didn't as well. Yi Mo was a judge for the hidden sect tournament before. Yi Mo Wang Lungfa's eyes narrowed. That hatred was unable to be hidden. Thank you for saving me, Yi Qianbei. You've saved me twice already. Zhonghua said. Yi Mo also recognized this middle-aged man and nodded. Not bad. It's only been this long and you reached Earth tertiary stage from yellow level. Haha. Brother Yi, do you still remember me? Jiyu Yanghe laughed. Yi Mo saluted with his fists. Of course I do. You've improved quite a lot, brother Jiyu. Jiyu Yanghe knew Yi Mo didn't say that his cultivation level increased, but his courage increased. His power almost didn't increase at all, but the way he did things changed a lot. Wang Lungfa shook. He just remembered that the bullets that shot towards the two were gone and Yi Mo suddenly came. Could he catch those bullets? Ancient martial arts can be powerful to this extent. If Yi Mo was this powerful, how could he fight him? Didn't he go to the small world? How is he here? Wang Lungfa immediately got the conclusion that he must kill Yi Mo immediately, or everyone else here would fight against him. All of you attack, kill this man. Wang Lungfa said. Thud thud, this time, it was much denser than before. These grey-robed people were well trained and some were even above yellow level, so as soon as Wang Lungfa ordered, they attacked at the same time. This was a new type of firearm. It was much more powerful than guns. Yi Mo didn't move, he just reached out his hand and looked at the green pea-sized things in his hand. They were black, but Yi Mo's spirit sense scanned that they had an explosive substance. If he didn't control it with his cultivation essence, these things wouldn't exploded already. Everyone saw Yi Mo look at this hand and thus all turned to look at his hand. Immediately, they realized that Yi Mo's casual grab caught all those bullets shooting at him at that speed. What was this power? Zhonghua looked dazedly at the Yi Mo's hand. He took a step out wanting to block a few bullets for Yi Mo, but in such a short time, Yi Mo caught all of them. At this moment, Zhonghua felt dejected. He swore that he would reach Yi Mo's height one day, but when he saw Yi Mo again, he realized that the gap between them was getting bigger and bigger. Yi Mo sneered and flung the bullets in his hands out. Splurge. Another densely cluttered wave of sounds and bullets shot out from the head of those grey-robed men. Some bullets even exploded in their heads. When they fell down one by one, only then did the ancient martial artist realize that Yi Mo did this. They all took a cold breath in. Cultivating ancient martial arts to the extreme can be this powerful? Or was Yi Mo truly a great heaven? After what happened at the Jingming Academy, all the ancient martial artists realized that above earth level was heaven level, and only surpassing that was truly great heaven. The ancestral hall was covered in blood and some timid ancient martial artists were feeling nauseous. Yi Mo killed 70 people just then. The only grey-robed alive was the one next to Wang Lungfa. Even an idiot knew that Yi Mo intentionally left him. Wang Lungfa's face was pale and his back was drenched in sweat. Those few ancient martial artists who went to Wang Lungfa's side quietly came back to Yi Mo's side. Yi Mo didn't seem to see this and looked coldly at Wang Lungfa. You're from Su Mountain Wang family? I killed Wang Lenchan and a few people from his family, and I heard that the Wang family was going to Seal Mountain for 50 years. How long has it been and you guys popped out again? Yi Mo didn't intend to ask Wang Lungfa properly. His power rose. All the ancient martial artists here couldn't even breath, much less Wang Lungfa, who was targeted by Yi Mo. However, Yi Mo didn't even use 1/10,000th of his real power. Tell me your purpose. Who are these grey-robed people? Yi Mo asked plainly. Wang Lungfa didn't want to talk, but he found he couldn't resist at all. I only know a little about those grey-robed people. They come from a big organization and have powerful weapons and military might. Their sole purpose of cooperating with us is to move into Luoyu City with the hidden sects. Yi Mo sneered. If Luoyu City was so easily taken over, it wouldn't need to exist. Even though he and Yixing left, it wouldn't be so easily taken over. I rejected at first because I know that Luoyu City can't be conquered, so I didn't agree to their request. Later, I realized that they weren't going to attack Luoyu City. They don't even want to have much contact with Luoyu government. Wang Lungfa said. Yimo frowned but asked coldly, then what do they want to do? I only know it's a type or. Our Wang family is responsible for gathering the power of the hidden sects and use pressure or some other way to make the Luoyu government give the forest outside the city as the hidden sect grounds. Then we are to give these grounds to them. Wang Lungfa said. Even he felt something was wrong but he couldn't reject. I only know it's a type or. Our Wang family is responsible for gathering the power of the hidden sects and use pressure or some other way to make the Luoyu government give the forest outside the city as the hidden sect grounds. Then we are to give these grounds to them. Wang Lungfa said. Even he felt something was wrong but he couldn't reject. Then what did they give the Wang family? Yimo's tone grew cold. Wang Lungfa shivered and suddenly spat a mouthful of blood. Yimo's force was too powerful, but he answered they would get revenge for the Wang family and then combine the entire hidden sect so the Wang family controls all the resources. Hearing this, everyone was furious. Wang Lungfa woke up due to this fury, but he immediately knew he uncontrollably spilled all the top secrets. There was despair in his eyes, and before Yimo asked again, he pulled out his sword and sliced across his neck. Yimo didn't stop this. He grabbed that grey-robed man with cultivation essence giant hand and searched his soul. Moments later, he dumped him and said to Zhonghua and Jiu Yanghe, I'm going. If you guys want to go to Luoyu, Luoyu will welcome you. The rest of the Wang family people wanted to leave the ancestral hall, but now that the grey-robed people were dead, how could the other ancient martial artists let them go? An hour later, a private island near the North Pacific suddenly exploded and was obliterated into nothing. No one knew the cause of the explosion, but no one on the island lived. Of course Yimo did this, only the US knew that Luoyu had a special ore. This must be the joint work of the US and some other people. Yimo just set up a formation and detonated it there. This way of annihilation was quicker and more satisfying. Returning to Ninghai, Yimo saw that Muan and Sumai were still talking. He didn't go over immediately. He reached out his spirit sense, wanting to see if Yunbing was still in Ninghai. And Ting Ting should be a girl now after all these years. But after searching many times, Yimo didn't find Yunbing with his spirit sense. He reached his spirit sense to Beijing and saw Zhuo and Wang Ying. Yimo recognized those people whom he had only seen a few times, but he didn't see Yunbing and Ting Ting. Yimo suddenly felt annoyed. Yimo was shook. He didn't know why he had such emotions, but after he calmed down he found that he was looking forward to seeing the two. Yimo shook his head. He really wanted to scan his spirit sense over the entire earth now to see if Yunbing was here and Sister Yang. But Yimo resisted the urge. His spirit sense was powerful, but earth was arid in spirit kai. It would take at least half a day to do that. It was also taxing on his spirit sense. Even if he was to do that, he would need to get back to Luoyu City first. The business at Ninghai was over, and after he got the fishtails and visited the people at Luoyu, he would leave. Yimo stood for a moment and decided to go see Wang Ying at Beijing and give her 2 pills. Wang Ying helped him quite a lot of Ninghai. Wang Ying was drinking at a bar with a colleague, but she looked up and sup Yimo. She got up in shock. Yimo? No, you're Yimo's son? Yimo laughed. Wang Ying, I came to Beijing to visit you. You're really Yimo? Wang Ying said joyfully. She didn't care that Yimo was a man and just hugged him. Yimo, I really didn't expect to be able to see you after all these years. What immortal pill did you eat? Why didn't you change at all? But I see you're in a good mood. You've gotten over that breakup, right? Wang Ying said to the female colleague next to her. Yin Yu, my old schoolmate, is here. I can't drink with you tonight. I need to stay with him. I might even need to stay with him for the night. Hey. The female colleague got up and said, slow down. You still need to work tomorrow. Don't get stuck in bed. See you tomorrow. Yimo was speechless. Wang Ying didn't change at all. He also felt warm at heart. He felt Wang Ying's lifestyle was the happiest. Yimo's let's come to my place. Wang Ying grabbed Yimo. She felt very safe with Yi Mo. Yi Mo didn't plan to go back with her, he just wanted to come see her. He shook his head. I just happened to walk past here and saw you drinking, so I came to say hello. I'm leaving Beijing tonight and I don't know when I can come back again. You've helped me before in Ninghai, so I came to thank you. Phut. Wang Ying snorted. You've thanked me a few times already. You must come tonight. Those old friends are all in hiding and now I've finally caught one today. How can I let you go? Don't be scared, I won't eat you. Of course I'm not scared of you eating me. Look. Wang Ying hugged Yi Mo and rubbed. I'm going to take advantage of a young handsome man. But Wang Ying suddenly stopped and subconsciously looked down and called Yi Mo, you're okay now? When did this happen? Yi Mo was awkward. He didn't have any mental preparation for this. He knew Wang Ying was just like this, but she didn't really think like that in her heart. Wang Ying felt happy. How about I go find a way to contact Qingxue and ask for you? He took out 2 pills for her. Wang Ying, I got some good pills that can preserve your beauty. You can eat it when you like. Wang Ying took it and put it in her bag before calling to the waiter, bring 2 jugs of beer. Then she laughed at herself. I'm already old, I don't need to keep my looks. So what if I keep it? He saw that I was getting old, so he divorced me and found a younger and prettier one. Yi Mo sighed and silently listened to her talk until she was drunk. Then he found her address based on her identity card and sent her home. Yi Mo left behind a purple card and a letter explaining who he was. He didn't need the money in this card, so he might as well give it to Wang Ying. When Yi Mo came to Ninghai again, he saw that Ning Xishuang was in her dorms. Thus, Yi Mo went directly to Ninghai Uni. Ning Xishuang sat in her dorm dazing. The night Yi Mo left, she realized that she didn't leave her brother-in-law's number nor give him hers. How would brother-in-law find her? Ning Xishuang sat in her dorm dazing. The night Yi Mo left, she realized that she didn't leave her brother-in-law's number nor give him hers. How would brother-in-law find her? Sister Shuang, didn't you say you were going on a holiday with a friend? Why do you look so lost coming back? Are you in love and you lost that love? A chubby girl asked. The other girl immediately answered, Xishuang losing love, how can you even imagine? Which idiot would break up with Xishuang? Plus, the handsome guys wanting to chase Xishuang can line up all the way around the school. Ning Xishuang regained her senses and said, don't bullshit, good things happened yesterday indeed. Where is Yi Ming? Let's go have a big meal, I will treat. Really, Sister Shuang, thank you. I'll call Yi Ming back immediately. The chubby girl shrieked and was about to make a call. Ning Xishuang was indeed happy. She hasn't told her parents that Yi Mo was back, as she wanted to go back with him to give them a surprise. As soon as Yi Mo came to the door, he heard that Ning Xishuang was going to treat people and he quickly knocked on the door. Yi Ming is back, I haven't even called yet. She must have heard that there's food. The chubby girl opened the door and saw Yi Mo. Who are you? How did you come up here? The chubby girl looked dazedly at Yi Mo, not understanding how a guy came to the female dorms. The female dorms were under strict management and no guys were allowed up here. I'm here to find Ning Xishuang. Yi Mo said politely, and dined tea. Go in, brother-in-law. I was thinking about how to let you know my contact details, but you're this powerful and found me. Ning Xishuang rushed over in joy and pulled Yi Mo inside. What she didn't expect was that another girl in the corridor saw this and seemed surprised, but she quickly left. Moments later, she came to another dorm and charged in. Yu Ping, what are you doing? The girl wearing black glasses said unhappily. Yu Ping rushed to another girl next to the mirror saying, Chu Dan, I saw. Chu Dan also frowned and turned around, showing an extremely pretty face. In terms of looks, she was on par with Ning Xishuang and seemed more feminine. Ning Xishuang's body was not grown out yet, but Chu Dan was very curvaceous. Why, Yu Ping, what did you see? Yu Ping calmed herself down first and said, Chu Dan, I saw a man being dragged into Ning Xishuang's dorm by her. Chu Dan immediately threw down her makeup pen and said in surprise and joy, Yu Ping, are you serious? Of course. Yu Ping said. Yu Ping, hurry up and call the school management and the My School News. Tell them to bring cameras immediately. Chu Dan said desperately. Then, Chu Dan's beautiful face showed a smile. Little slut, can't keep your pants on, how dare you fight with me? Brother-in-law, You're really powerful. As soon as I came back, you're back. How did you find me? Who did you ask? Ning Siswang couldn't control her joy. Yimo smiled but didn't say anything. Wow, Sister Shuang, you're not nice. You found a boyfriend but you're hiding it from us. Brother-in-law, so cringe, but I like this title. If I find a boyfriend, I'll call him brother-in-law too. Ha ha ha. The chubby girl joked. But immediately she thought about the big meal. Hey, Sister Shuang, you've got good eyes, this handsome guy, hey. You didn't forget about the big meal later, right? All you know is eat, look at how chubby you are. Another girl said. Ning Siswang quickly said to her two dorm mates, don't misunderstand, this is really my brother-in-law. Brother-in-law, they're my dorm mates, the chubby one is Le Yang and this one is Yi Xiaoshan. Yi Ming isn't back yet. He really is your brother-in-law? Yi Xiaoshan asked in shock. Yes. Ning Siswang said affirmatively. Le Yang was confused too. Ning Siswang's sister has been out for so many years, even if her brother-in-law came back, he can't be this young. Seeing that they were going to chat non-stop, Yimo quickly said, Sishuan, I'm going back soon, just give me that key. Don't be in such a rush, your sister Shuang's brother-in-law, you finally came, of course you need to treat us to dinner. We've been exhausting our brains helping Sister Shuang recently, Le Yang said. Seeing this, Yimo knew he couldn't get away from this, so he nodded. In that case, let's go eat. Siswang, remember to bring the key. Just at this moment, Yi Xiaoshan looked at her phone and quickly said, Siswang, the student management department people are here and the school news department. We should quickly go, it must be that Chu Dan. She saw you bring your brother-in-law and wants to look for trouble. Ning Siswang said in contempt, so what if they're here? I'm not scared. So what if my brother-in-law is here? I don't have about being an image representative. Yimo's spirit sense scanned two groups of people going up the stairs coming towards their direction and asked, what's image representative? Le Yang immediately said, being the image representative for Ning Hai. There's only 2 spots and one of them is in our school. Your identity and status will. The dorm doors were opened and more than 10 people were hustled towards with all sorts of flashlights. Ning Sishuang's hands were still clutching Yimo's arm and these were all caught by the cameras. But Yimo didn't care at all, he simply used a cultivation essence barrier and their cameras would be empty. But Le Yang's face changed, she didn't expect the people came this fast. With this news, Ning Sishuang's image was ruined. But before she could talk, a few students with bags came in. Ning Siswang, you've broken the rule of bringing a male into the female dorms, please come with us to the student management center. The student saw Yimo and his eyes flashed with jealousy. Can't my family come to visit me? Since when did the school rules say that family members aren't allowed to visit? Ning Siswang said in contempt. Another student argued, we'll know if he's your family member after going to the student management center. Even if he is family, males aren't allowed in the female dorms. Brother-in-law. Ning Siswang looked at Yimo unhappily. Yimo smiled, then don't bother studying here, come back with me. Yimo's words shocked everyone here. Ning Hai Uni was one of the 3 most famous universities in the country. Countless people wanted to come in and yet Ning Sishuang's boyfriend just said don't study here. Ning Siswang immediately rejoiced and hugged Yimo's arm even tighter. But my parents want me to study here, what do I do? How could Yimo not know what she wanted? He smiled, I'll speak with them about this. Siswang, are you really quitting because of this? Le Yang asked stuttily. Siswang, are you really quitting because of this? Le Yang asked stuttily. Yeah, my brother-in-law said so, what do I need to be afraid of? Let's go, call Yi Ming and we'll go get a big meal. Ning Siswang joyfully. She didn't understand why her parents insisted on her studying here when there were so many good schools in Luoyu. Remember to pack your things and bring that key. Yimo reminded again. That key was very important to him. His spirit sense scanned Duanheng ranges and found it to be surrounded by all sorts of buildings. Even if he could open the formation, it would cause a huge commotion. Plus, Yimo didn't have any faith in starting that formation as the formation heart has been dug up. Ning Siswang just put a few simple things in her bag and said, don't worry, I've picked up the key already. There's nothing else here, let's go. Then Ning Siswang looked slyly at the students and said, okay, I'm not a student of Ning High University now, the Student Management Center has no right to manage me. The students, they're dazed, not being able to say a word. Ning Siswang held Yimo's hand and waltzed out of the door and said to Le Yang, when Yiming comes back I'll call you, we'll have a big dinner together. The tall man saw Yimo and Ning Siswang go downstairs and quickly said that man has violated our school rules and went into our school's female dorms, he must be recorded. Then, he took a step forward to grab Yimo, but as soon as he got to the stairs, he fell down. The stairs were very wide, but he eerily rolled a few times before spitting out a few teeth. Then, he was paralyzed on the stairs. Everyone who saw this was shook. The stairs were so wide and smooth and yet he fell like that. The rest of the people couldn't care about Yimo and Ning Siswang, they quickly helped the student up and sent him to the hospital. Ning Siswang laughed and felt very satisfied. Yimo shook his head and sped out of the dorms, coming into a small road outside the school. Brother-in-law, wait for me. Ning Siswang rushed up and grabbed Yimo's arm. Ayo, brother-in-law, such intimacy. I heard you're quitting uni. Ning Siswang, I even feel a little guilty. Chudan spun out. I thought you were going to the Student Management Center and specially walked around too. I still saw you. Sigh. Chudan sighed. Yimo frowned but didn't talk. Ning Siswang's tone suddenly went cold. Chudan, don't think that I don't know your behind this, but I never even cared about the image representative. Plus, I quit when I want to quit. Can you do that? You can only plot against people behind their backs. What are you? Yimo wanted to laugh. He could tell that Ning Siswang cared about it, but after all that happened, she knew she had no hope for it. Chudan looked at Ning Siswang and sneered, so what if I reported you? Dropping out of school first year in uni, what can you do? At most there would be an extra. Ning Siswang's face burst red. I'm going back with my brother-in-law. What does that have to do with you? I'm not even going to stay here. Of course I know you're not going to stay here. Brother-in-law, what a nice name. After I graduate I need to learn with you. Chudan said in contempt. What can you do with your brother-in-law? Little did Ning Siswang know that Chudan was cursing her for being lucky enough to find a man this handsome, but she would never say that. Ning Siswang was always better than her, and that made extremely uncomfortable. Yimo could tell that Ning Siswang was no match for Chudan in an argument, so he pulled her, signaling her to stop talking. Then he said, Siswang is going to cultivate to be an immortal with me. Is that okay? Brother-in-law. Ning Siswang was speechless. Why not leave if we can't beat her in the argument? Why talk about some immortal cultivation? She would have no face to come back. Chudan dazed and suddenly laughed. She realized she didn't envy Ning Siswang anymore. Her boyfriend was good-looking, but he was an idiot. He was nothing compared to her cunning boyfriend. At this instant, she felt very satisfied. She finally beat Ning Siswang. Let's go. Yimo suddenly felt annoyed and took Ning Siswang. Cloud appeared beneath his feet and they floated into the sky on this cloud in front of Chudan, soon disappearing. Chudan's laughter suddenly stopped. She looked dazedly at Yimo and Ning Siswang and suddenly rubbed her eyes and patted her head. After a long while, she screamed. Flying, it's really flying. Chudan, what happened to you? Two girls heard Chudan scream and came over. Chudan pointed hysterically at the direction where Yimo and Ning Siswang disappeared. Yu Ping frowned. Chudan, what happened to you? What is flying? Ning Siswang, she's quitting university. Regardless, you've succeeded, what are you worrying about? Chudan suddenly said to Yu Ping and Mai, did you see Ning Siswang? And the guy next to her? Did you see that they flew away? Dan, you're too good at acting, your expression seems so real. Another girl patted her chest and nodded. Yes, Ning Siswang flew away. You saw it too, right? Chudan grabbed this girl. The girl slapped Chudan's hands. Okay, we're about to have dinner. Everyone knows that Ning Siswang was kicked flying by you. Chudan calmed down and was certain she didn't see wrong. She knew that no one would ever believe her. Chudan, I feel you're a bit strange. Yu Ping noticed something. Chudan realized her actions were too strange before. She forced a smile despite the shock in her heart. I was just joking, haha. Can't you take a joke? Phut. You Ping sighed. Dan, you should go to performing arts, it's such a waste of your talent. You don't know how real your act was before. Okay, today's incident let Dan win. Let's go have dinner and celebrate. Mai said. Chu Dan said not tonight, let's do tomorrow. I'm a bit tired tonight, I want to sleep. Yimo intentionally flew in front of Chu Dan and even formed clouds with his cultivation essence. Before he left, he was going to set up level 9 formation at Luoyu anyways and help Qingshua's parents cultivate, so he might as well let Ning Xishuang know this earlier. When Ning Xishuang was taken into the sky above the clouds, she was completely dumbfounded. It's been so long and she hasn't recovered. She felt scared right now, not surprise. Yimo gave Ning Xishuang a clear mind spell and only then did she wake up. She grabbed Yimo's hand and asked nervously, "Brother-in-law, we're flying?" Yimo gave Ning Xishuang a clear mind spell and only then did she wake up. She grabbed Yimo's hand and asked nervously, "Brother-in-law, we're flying?" Yimo nodded. "Yes, this is the cultivation I was talking about. Your sister isn't here so she can't come see you, but if you want to learn I can teach you." "Of course I want to," Ning Xishuang reacted and said in surprise and joy. She realized why her brother-in-law told her to quit. If she could cultivate, why would she go study? Chu Dan thought for an entire night in her dorm and the next morning, she ran to Ning Xishuang's dorm. Le Yang got up and saw it was Chu Dan and immediately looked unhappy. She said coldly, "Chu Dan, Xishuang was moved away because of you, what else do you want?" Chu Dan had an apologetic face. "I came to apologize to her. I regret what I did yesterday. Give her number to me, I will apologize to her personally." Hearing this, everyone in the dorm was dazed. Chu Dan had always been very dominant, it was absurd that she came to apologize. Le Yang reacted quickly. "No need for apology, after we ate with Xishuang and her brother-in-law, they probably left Ninghai. So you have Xishuang's number or do you know where her house is?" Chu Dan asked hopefully. Le Yang was more vigilant, she shook her head. "I had her number but she doesn't use that phone anymore. She told me that if anyone called her just let them know that she had already left. As for her house, I don't know." There was disappointment in Chu Dan's eyes but she didn't fuss about it. She thanked Le Yang and left. After Chu Dan left, Le Yang said, "Do you think this Chu Dan isn't very normal? I won't believe someone like her would apologize. Would this woman be jealous of Ning Xishuang's boyfriend and want to steal him?" Yiming asked. Yi Xiaoshan crawled up and suddenly said, "That might really be possible. Chu Dan isn't a good person and she would never talk to us in such a low manner." Le Yang rolled her eyes. Xishuang already said that it was her brother-in-law. PFTTT Chu Dan didn't go back to her dorm but instead called her father Chu Hang. "Father, do you think there are immortals in this world?" Chu Dan didn't like people being stronger than her but she respected her father a lot. Chu Hang was just ready to go to his office and received this strange call. Dan, why are you thinking of something this strange in the morning?" "There's a meeting at the company, I'm busy." "Dad, just answer me, are there people who are able to fly on clouds?" Chu Dan interrupted. Chu Hang frowned but didn't reproach his daughter. "You can't say it's impossible. Our Chu family ancestor seems to be involved in cultivation. Our Chu family dragon door disc is passed down from our ancestor." Chu Hang said, "You only need to know it's possible, focus your efforts on studying. It's not something you should be caring about now." "Then Dad, you taught brother to meditate and practice Qigong, is that passed down from ancestor?" Siyu Dan asked. Chu Dang agreed, "You don't even want to learn those things, why are you asking now?" "That's right, it's passed down from our ancestor but it's only some Qigong to strengthen the body. It's very different than ancient martial arts and rarely do the people in our family get sick. We live long lives also due to this. If you're interested, I can teach you when I come back." "Dad, if I told you I saw someone fly on the clouds yesterday would you believe it?" Chu Dan suddenly felt her Chu family wasn't ordinary. "Blasphemy. I'm going to have a meeting, don't think too much. It's going to affect your studies. We can talk at night." Chu Hang hung up. Chu Dan was dazed for a moment before saying to herself, "I knew you guys wouldn't believe it." At this moment, Yimo got the last 2 fish tails and was with Mu'an and Ning Siswang. Mu'an saw Yimo land in the backyard from the sky with Ning Siswang and completely believed Yimo's words. She really didn't expect there was something such as cultivation in this world. But after knowing that her daughter was no longer on Earth but on Luoyu continent, she couldn't control her longing for her daughter. However, Ning Siswang was getting more and more excited. Stars were about to pop out of her eyes. Looking at the 2 fish tails, Yimo was thankful to Ning Shuyan. If these 2 fish tails were lost, it wouldn't be easy to find them even with his spirit sense. Yimo, is it hard to come back after we go to Luoyu City this time? Mu'an asked. Yimo shook his head. After going to Luoyu City, I will be leaving. It's very hard for me to come back, but if you want to go to Ninghai you can go at any time. However, I suggest not to come back too often. You need to have a peaceful heart for cultivation. Otherwise, your progress won't be much. Who knows when will be the next time I can come back with Jingwen and them? Maybe 10 years or maybe 100 years. Yimo didn't say that if he ascended into the immortal ascension it would be even harder to come back to Earth. The dimension was much sturdier in the immortal realm than in the cultivation realm. Brother-in-law, didn't you fly back with me on a cloud? Why is it a flying boat now? Ning Siswang thought flying on the clouds was much cooler. Yimo was speechless. Using clouds is not practical. It's slow and wastes cultivation essence. Even though Yimo used a top-grade spirit artifact, they still reached back Luoyu City in a very short time. Although he had seen Luoyu City's prosperity in his spirit sense, when he truly saw it, Yimo was still excited. Although he didn't build everything, it was founded by him. Seeing Yimo come back, Ning Zhongfei and Lan Yu's eyes turned red. They wanted to ask Ning Qingshua's whereabouts immediately, but they knew Yimo would tell them. Yimo spent more than half the day explaining to them what he said to Ning Siswang and Mu'an last night. The couple were disappointed that Qingxue wasn't back, but thinking that if they focused on cultivation, they might be able to see their daughter again, they forced themselves to calm down. Just when Yimo wanted to go see Huang Yinian and them, Lan Yu asked, Yimo, did you see Kai Wanqing there? Yimo immediately remembered and felt guilty. She wasn't his wife, but she went with Jingwen and them to Luoyu and disappeared. But he never thought of visiting her parents. Her parents came to Luoyu a few times asking if you were back. Eventually, they just moved to Luoyu City waiting for you and retiring here, Ning Zhongfei said. Yimo scanned his spirit sense out and soon saw a row of small houses in which Tang Qianping lived. Her face looked very similar to Kai Wanqing and Yimo guessed she was Kai Wanqing's mother. It should be her father next to Tang Qianping. Yimo frowned. Why are they living on the outskirts? Ning Zhongfei sighed. What's going on? Yimo asked. He had a good impression of Kai Wanqing and she was lost in Luoyu continent due to him. He should stand up for Kai Wanqing's parents. What's going on? Yimo asked. He had a good impression of Kai Wanqing and she was lost in Luoyu continent due to him. He should stand up for Kai Wanqing's parents. Lan Yu looked at Yimo's face and knew he thought that what happened with the Dongfang family happened again. Lan Yu quickly said, her parents were very worried that Kai Wanqing left. After her father retired, he didn't stay in the military and moved to Luoyu City. Luoyu City has become the world's prettiest city under the work of City Lord Huang and them. Mu'an nodded. Yes, in order to find Jingwen, I came here a few times. I heard that those who live in Luoyu City have better health on average. Lan Yu nodded. But it's a pity, there are too many people wanting to come to Luoyu City. Because of this, Luoyu City's land prices are soaring higher and higher. It's not something ordinary people can afford. Wanqing's parents have some savings but they can't afford a better place. Yimo frowned and asked, Wanqing's mother has a big company and their family is wealthy, how can they not afford to live better? Lan Yu sighed. After Wanqing went missing, her mother didn't have the mind to run her company and it soon started losing money. Soon, it was taken over by another company. They didn't care about the company profits so they just came to Luoyu City. Just when Yimo wanted to talk, his spirit sense scanned that at the center of Luoyu City, Huang Yinian and them were having a meeting. There was a man in his 30s sitting next to Huang Yinyang. He slammed the table, seeming very angry, but neither Huang Huainian nor Yu Miaodan and them said anything. Instead they listened to the man yell at them. Yi Mo was immediately unhappy. Regardless if Huang Yinian was right or wrong, he was the city lord. How dare someone slam the table in front of him? This was too absurd. Huang Yinian led Luoyu city to such prosperity. How could he allow such person to be in the city lord estate meeting? Yi Mo got up and said to Lan Yu, "Auntie, I'm going to the city lord estate once. I want you to bring Wanqing's parents to live at Luoyu Lake too. It's pretty big after all. Of course, I want you to tell them what I told you. If they want to see Wanqing again, they have to cultivate at Luoyu Lake." Then, Yi Mo took out 3 bottles of pills and gave them to Mu and Auntie Mu. "You've had these pills already, just give everyone one." Lan Yu and them hadn't seen these pills, but they knew they were substantial. Muan was a prime example. They hadn't seen her for so long and yet she seemed so young. Clearly this wasn't normal. "Go do what you need to do. I will go check on Wanqing's parents with Zhongfei soon," Lan Yu quickly said. "City Lord Huang, I don't get why not. You've seen the development of Luoyu City in recent years. I'm not wrong if we change that to be the World Trade and Economic Center, it would boost Luoyu's economy again." The middle-aged man slammed his hand. Huang Yinian waited till the man was done and said, "If I say no, then no. Other places are fine but not there. Suo Zhen, I know Luoyu's development is inseparable with your planning, but that is non-negotiable." Huang Yinian called him by his full name. Clearly City Lord Huang was unhappy too. Suo Zhen slammed the table again and got up in agitation. He was almost yelling, "City Lord Huang, why is your brain as hard as wood? Luoyu Lake is taking up such a huge place and only the Ning Zhongfei couple are living there. This is a waste. And Luoyu Lake's owner Yi Mo didn't do any procedures. One could say that land belongs to the government. We're not saying they can't live here, but we're just telling them to change places and make Luoyu Lake the economic center. Look at all these economic policies I've made, which one was wrong?" Yu Miaodan suddenly got up and said, "Suo Zhen, if you dare to call city lord's name straight out like that, I will remove you from the list of future city lords. No one who doesn't respect the city lord deserves to become the city lord. City lord is being polite saying that Luoyu belongs to everyone, but Luoyu City is City Lord Yi Mo's city. Agree or not, that's the reality." Suo Zhen looked calmly at Yu Miaodan and said, "Does Vice City Lord you think this is a fascist time? You can remove my name however you like. One person's city. Luoyu is now a democratic city, no one dares to call it one person's city." Huang Yinian got up. "I agree with Vice City Lord Yu on this. Luoyu City is one person's city, Yi Mo's city. No one can change that. Those who agree with us can stand up, those who don't can remain seated." Lu Lin, Guoqi, Li Sandao, Shixie, and Fang Wei got up without hesitation. Shen Qianqian also got up after a slight hesitation. There were more than 10 people in here and more than half got up. Suo Zhen looked at Shen Qianqian with annoyance. "Director Shen, do you think I'm wrong? During these years, which of my policies didn't encourage the development of Luoyu? Which one was of selfish intent?" Shen Qianqian's face changed and after a while she said, "Vice City Lord Suo, you're right in your contribution to Luoyu City these years are undeniable, but I really don't get why you must take that Luoyu Lake. I've said it many times, it's the place that can allow Luoyu to soar into the skies," Suo Zhen said unhappily. Shen Qianqian shook her head. "I don't really mean it when I say I don't get it. Due to your contribution to Luoyu knowing that City Lord Huang and you won't agree, I haven't said anything. But every meeting, you're trying to force this matter. Oh, then tell me Director Shen. Everyone sees how wholeheartedly I worked for Luoyu City. There's nothing I can say." Suo Zhen calmed down. Shen Qianqian continued, "If it was something else I would agree, but I owe Brother Yi a great deal. Without him, there wouldn't be me today. I love business, but after all these years, I've already realized my dream. I stay here not for my ideals but to genuinely help Brother Yi's Luoyu City." Shen Qianqian looked coldly at Suo Zhen. "Do you know why I didn't stand up immediately? It's because I really don't want you to have conflict with everyone. Everyone knows Vice City Lord Suo's capabilities, and this is the main reason City Lord Huang lets you off. In here, no one is more suited to be the next City Lord besides you, but you're doubting who Luo Yu City belongs to. I'll tell you right now, Luo Yu City is Brother Yi's no matter the time. I know you might not work wholeheartedly for Luo Yu City after this, but this is reality. Suo Zhen grunted, no matter what you say, my passion for Luo Yu City won't be lesser than any of you. No matter what opinions you have of me, I will still work for Luo Yu City. Everyone isn't calm now. I suggest to end the meeting and discuss it next time. Shen Qianqian shook her head. Since I chose to speak out today, I don't intend to discuss it next time. I know what you want. You indeed don't intend to harm Luo Yu City, but you're too selfish. Suo Zhen was about to say something, but Shen Qianqian waved her hand. Don't get agitated, let me finish. I'm saying you're selfish because of Luo Yu Lake. Brother Yi chose that place himself. It's the best place in Luo Yu City. It's not just a place anymore, it's a symbolism of Luo Yu's creator. The longer the time passes, the more the citizens of Luo Yu City will respect it, and you. You want to take it first because that's the best place, but more importantly your ambitions are too great. You want to replace Brother Yi, and when the World Economic Center is built, people will gradually forget the founder of Luo Yu, Yi Mo, and only remember the person who built this economic center, which would be you. Suo Zhen's face looked bad. This is a democratic world, not individual heroism. Director Shen, please don't say things like that. Shen Qianqian said calmly, you know you're definitely the next City Lord, so you just want everyone to remember you. I am the next City Lord, but... Suo Zhen grunted. Wrong, you're not the next City Lord, a calm voice interrupted him. City Lord Yi. Everyone who stood up called out in surprise and joy. Yi Mo didn't change at all, instead he looked even younger. City Lord Yi. Everyone who stood up called out in surprise and joy. Yi Mo didn't change at all, instead he looked even younger. Huang Yinian was overjoyed. He didn't expect to be able to see Yi Mo again, as none of those who went to the small world could come back, but Yi Mo came back. Huang Huainian got off his seat without hesitation and said, City Lord Yi, sit here. No one felt strange that Huang Huainian moved aside, as Yi Mo was back City Lord. Yi Mo. Suo Zhen called out in shock. Yi Mo ignored him and smiled. Sister Yu, Lu Lin, Guiqi, Li Sandao, Shixiu, Fang Wei, Director Qianqian, long time no see. The heavy atmosphere in the meeting room became lightened. After Yi Mo sat down on Huang Yinian's seat and let everyone sit down, he said to Huang Yinian, City Lord Huang, thank you for leading Luo Yu City to such prosperity, sit beside me. Huang Huainian was overjoyed that Yi Mo approved of his work and sat down next to Yi Mo without hesitation. Seeing Yi Mo sit down in the City Lord's seat without hesitation, there was a sliver of discomfort in Suo Zhen's eyes, but he said nothing. Suo Zhen's discomfort was caught by Li Sandao. Li Sandao sneered, how dare he act like that in front of Yi Mo? Even powerful people like Qian Longtu and Dongfang family were annihilated clean by Yi Mo. There was blood everywhere in this meeting room, but Suo Zhen was too young and didn't see it. Suo Zhen wanted to remove Yi Mo's status in Luo Yu City just because he made some contributions to Luo Yu City. He was mad. Luckily he didn't tell Yi Mo to leave like the Dongfang family, or no one would be able to save him. Yi Mo said, I've left Luo Yu for more than 10 years and Luo Yu is looking so prosperous. Clearly everyone here has worked hard, I thank you for that. Luo Yu City is our city, we are willing to do all that. Suo Zhen said. How could everyone not know what Suo Zhen meant? He was implying that Luo Yu isn't the Luo Yu before, it has nothing to do with you. We're not doing this for you but for Luo Yu City. It was natural that capable people were cocky, but this guy dared to try take away Luo Yu Lake. This touched Yi Mo's bottom line. He established Luo Yu to build a peaceful environment, but it was important that Qingxue, Luo Ying, and them liked this environment. Put straightforwardly, he built this place for his family and friends, not to maintain world peace and equality. He wasn't that noble. He didn't allow anyone to assault anyone, especially anyone to assault his family and friends. Huang Yinian heard this and immediately knew things weren't good. Suo Zhen was capable, but his words already angered Yi Mo, and so he quickly said, Luo Yu City looks like this today, mostly due to Director Chanxian and Vice City Lord Suo. Yi Mo nodded. I heard that Luo Yu City land prices are very high. City Lord Yi, tell me the recent policies. Yi Mo wasn't going to intervene in politics and economy here, but since it involved Luo Yu Lake, he wasn't going to go easy. Yes. Huang Yinian sighed. He knew Yi Mo's character decently. He was old and didn't mind losing some face in front of young people for Luo Yu. After all, when he retired, Luo Yu would depend on these young people. But the founder was Yi Mo, and he wouldn't allow anyone to do that. Luo Yu City's immigration policy was changed. It's arranged due to assets. Only those with certain financial power can move to Luo Yu City. Those poor families can give their residence to wealthier people to live here. Huang Yinian said. Yi Mo immediately said coldly, from today on, Luo Yu City will stop migration. As for those who forcefully make poorer families move out of Luo Yu, kick them out of the city. Yes. Huang Yinian immediately nodded. Huang Yinian knew this would let Luo Yu become wealthy rapidly, but it wasn't the best long-term plan. Suo Zhen's face was very bad, but he didn't say anything. He made this policy. Yi Mo scanned his spirit sense and saw ships loaded with weapons about to leave, and immediately asked, why is Luo Yu weapons being shipped out? Because our weapons are leading the world and many countries have ordered from us. If we sell weapons, we can earn large amounts of foreign income. Suo Zhen said. Who made this policy? Yi Mo asked. Suo Zhen immediately replied, I did. Those economic policies that allowed Luo Yu to rise up shortly were all made by me. Yes, the reason Luo Yu can have today is due to Vice City Lord Suo's economic plans. Due to this, he is the anointed next City Lord. Everyone agrees to this, and so does the people of Luo Yu. Another man in his 30s got up and said. Seeing Yi Mo look at this person, Yu Miaodan quickly said, this is our new Luo Yu commercial vice director, Luan Ming. He's the next commercial director. He graduated from Harvard University. Yi Mo said plainly, the next city lord will be Shixiu, the next commercial director will be decided by Shen Chanxian. Choose someone who came from Luo Yu. As for Suo Zhen and Luan Ming, from today onwards won't have any duties in Luo Yu City. City Lord Yi, you. Suo Zhen got up furiously, seeing Yi Mo kick him out. Luo Yu is everyone's. I worked arduously for Luo Yu for so many years. What right do you have to do this? You have no position in Luo Yu right now and left Luo Yu for so many years. What right do you have to point fingers at Luo Yu management? Luo Yu belongs to everyone, not someone. You have no authority to do this. Yi Mo said coldly, I said Luo Yu is everyone's, not you. Suo Zhen's face was green. Yi Mo meant that he didn't have the right to say Luo Yu is everyone's. Yi Mo asked Suo Zhen's details. No one knew what Yi Mo meant, but only Lu Lin. Moments later, a girl came into the meeting room. Luo Yu's security was on par with military bases. Yi Mo was powerful and thus he could come in without being noticed, but this girl wasn't stopped too. The girl held a paper, but she didn't come in and just read at the door. Suo Zhen, parents are American citizens. Graduated at Harvard 13 years ago and went to Cambridge. After studying for 4 years he graduated and came to Luo Yu. He came into the City Lord estate within 3 years due to his knowledge and cleverness. 4 years ago, he was Vice Commercial Director. 2 years ago, he became Vice City Lord and was anointed the next City Lord. During his term as Vice City Lord, he was in content with American business tycoon Ersi. Ersi also has another identity. He's a member of a spy organization. Suo Zhen was shivered hearing this. He had only been in contact with Ersi once and this was investigated. Not only this, but even Ersi's identity was exposed. Just how many secrets were in Luo Yu that he didn't know? Luan Ming graduated from Yale 10 years ago. He has been in contact with Meducci from the CIA during his time studying. 6 years ago, he came to Luo Yu City and became the Vice Commercial Director. The girl read emotionlessly. During their terms, Luan Ming and Suo Zhen spilled military secrets twice and commercial secrets 5 times and used their means to launder a few $100 million Luo Yu dollars. The Luoyu Safety Department has decided to execute Suo Zhen, Luan Ming, Yu Zhenshan, Bu Wei Zhong. On the day Suo Zhen takes over as city lord and declare publicly their sins. During their terms, Luan Ming and Suo Zhen spilled military secrets twice and commercial secrets 5 times and used their means to launder few hundred million Luoyu dollars. The Luoyu Safety Department has decided to execute Suo Zhen, Luan Ming, Yu Zhenshan, Bu Wei Zhong. On the day Suo Zhen takes over as city lord and declare publicly their sins. Then, the girl bowed and exited the meeting room. The meeting room fell in tense silence. Yimo sneered. He could easily make Suo Zhen say what he has done, but he wouldn't be the one managing Luoyu later. Doing this had greater effect on fearing those with bad intentions. After all, the old people would retire and Luoyu needed fresh blood. After the Dongfang family incident, Yimo was vigilant. He anointed Lu Lin and she didn't disappoint him. Although she didn't take any actions, the investigation was very clear. Yu Miaodan and Huang Yinian sighed. After what happened last time, there was no way Yimo would let the same thing happen again. It was indeed so. Pity that Suo Zhen, he was indeed capable. The reason Luoyu was so developed was indeed greatly due to Suo Zhen. So even though Suo Zhen made some small mistakes, Huang Yinian pretended he didn't see. But Huang Yinian didn't know he spilled military secrets. Take him away, Yimo said coldly. Suo Zhen yelled, Yimo, you have no right to do this to me. You're not a member of Luoyu city government. This is dictatorship, this is desecration of human rights. But no matter how he yelled, he was taken away by Guiqi. Yimo shook his head. If this was Moyu City he would have threw a fireball over already, but this was Luoyu City and many of them would be managing Luoyu City. If he did this, it wouldn't be good. If he was going to stay here for long term it was fine, but he was going to leave soon. After that, Yimo didn't involve in the discussion of Luoyu matters but just stayed on the side and listened. He also suggested that Luoyu shouldn't be selling weapons as their main source of income. Luoyu Pharmaceuticals was the best economic source. No matter what Suo Zhen did, when Yimo came, all his means were rendered useless. Even if he took over Luoyu Lake, what awaited him would be certain death. Luoyu's martial academy not only protected the safety of high authorities in the city but also protected Yimo's Luoyu City. If Suo Zhen took over Luoyu Lake and kicked Yimo's family away, how can the martial academy let him go? Suo Zhen was dominating politically in Luoyu City, but he didn't know where Luoyu's power truly laid. Even though Yimo said nothing, but him sitting here sped up the discussion. Shishio didn't have Suo Zhen's brains, but there wouldn't be a huge problem with him managing the city. Yimo didn't participate in the afternoon discussion and just went back to Luoyu Lake. Kai Wanqing's parents were already here and they clearly all ate his pills. Kai Wanqing's mother immediately asked Yimo where Kai Wanqing was, but Yimo didn't know where she was as well. He could only say that she was safe in North Far State with Little Wolf. In the next few days, Yimo taught them cultivation and regardless if they had spirit root or not, Yimo gave them a 5-essence pill. During this time, Yimo also spent a week planting 3 extreme grade spirit range below Luoyu Lake and 2 below Luoyu City. Then, he set up a level 9 attack formation, level 9 defense formation and level 9 spirit gathering formation next to Luoyu Lake. He also set up another level 9 attack and defense formation outside Luoyu City. With this, even missiles wouldn't be able to get into Luoyu, plus Luoyu had its own anti-missile system. Luoyu's spirit Kai was so dense now that it could compare with South Peace State Pill City. Yimo didn't give the Jade card to controlling the formation to the city lord estate but gave it to his father-in-law Ning Zhongfei. After that, Yimo was completely free. Although Ning Xishuang wanted Yimo to take her around and fly, but seeing everyone was cultivating, she didn't want to be dropped behind, so she cultivated too. Yimo didn't piece together the yin-yang fish. Instead, he found a quiet place and searched for Yun Bing and Ting Ting with his spirit sense. If they weren't living well, Yimo would bring them over, but if they were, he wouldn't disturb them. He spent an entire morning and even left Luoyu City just to cover all the countries on Earth, but Yimo was disappointed. He wasn't able to find them. Half a day had passed and Yimo was very tired. He used a spirit recovery pill and rested for half a day before barely recovering his spirit sense. Although he knew Yunbing wouldn't go back to Beijing Yun family, but he still decided to go there and ask after he pieced together the yin-yang fish. Yi Mo was level 9 forgery grandmaster and formation grandmaster. He really wanted to know what level Chu Juyu's forgery and formation skills were at to be able to create such a formation disc. Soon, the pieces were connected. Crack, the yin-yang fish had no spirit waves or power, but it closed together tightly. One could not tell that they were pieces just then. This wasn't it. The dull yin-yang fish turned very lustrous after rejoining together. Yi Mo took in a cold breath. He realized that this fish was a formation disc formation heart. He thought fish jump through Dragon Gate was a one-way teleportation formation, but now it seemed he was wrong. He didn't think he would be able to make such a formation disc. Thus, that Chu Jiuyu was at least a low-grade immortal formation master. Yi Mo sighed. Compared with Chu Jiuyu, his talent wasn't talent. He had this accomplishment today due to luck, but what did Chu Jiuyu rely on? He flipped the fish around and was helpless. He could tell this was a space travel formation disc. It had the same use as space transmission rune, but it was better than that. The rune needed extremely powerful spirit Kai to activate, but this didn't. Thus, it was clear that either Chu Jiuyu didn't know rune making or he knew that space transmission rune wouldn't work on Earth, so he changed the rune into a formation disc. This not only required solid formation skills but also very powerful forgery skills and knowledge of tearing dimensions. Yi Mo was helpless because he could tell that the pieces were joined but he couldn't activate it. This was a formation heart, it still lacked a formation disc. Only when the two combined together could he use this. This meant that he had the fish but not the gate, and thus he can't jump through it. Yi Mo knew that if his formation skills were a little higher, he would be able to make this formation disc himself. Yi Mo put the fish away and had decided to check on Zishan again. When he scanned his spirit sense there at his antiques shop, he didn't see Zishan, but his granddaughter and Ning was there. In a restaurant outside the Ninghai Uni, Chu Dan's father Chu Hang's face kept changing. In a restaurant outside the Ninghai Uni, Chu Dan's father Chu Hang's face kept changing. Chu Dan sat opposite him but didn't dare to talk. The reason Chu Hang came was because she had thought about things for a week and called him again. This time, Chu Dan said more certainly. She said she definitely saw Yi Mo fly on clouds. He felt his daughter wasn't lying, but he was worried that something was wrong mentally with her, and that's why Chu Hang rushed to Ninghai. I really saw it. I was dumbfounded at the time, so I didn't capture it with my phone. Chu Dan said again. Chu Hang waved his hand. I know you're telling the truth. I checked your university's recording. There was no sign of Ning Sishuang leaving. As for her brother-in-law, there was no footage of him going in or not. It was though he appeared out of nowhere and disappeared into nothing. Plus, the pictures your university's news department was also blurry. It was too much of a coincidence to say the cameras happened to break at that time. So, I know you're telling the truth. Then what do we do? Chu Dan's voice was desperate. Thinking that Ning Sishuang dropped out of university to pursue cultivation, her heart was burning like fire. She couldn't bear that her opponent was on the path to immortality while she was fighting over an image representative. Chu Hang sighed. We have no way. We can't find the person taking Ning Sishuang to cultivate, but even if we find him, what can we do? I really didn't expect there is such thing in the world. What does that Ning Sishuang have? Why was that little girl chosen by the cultivator? Chu Dan asked desperately. Chu Hang knew his daughter better than anyone. He knew that her daughter was being jealous. He felt that she should wake up from this. If she was sunk into this, she perhaps would have no future. Thinking about this, Chu Hang said seriously, Dan, it's said that those cultivators need to balance yin and yang, and thus they're especially interested in virgin girls. So it might not be a bad thing that you didn't encounter him. If it's a powerful cultivator who wants to take you away, it's useless to even call the police. Chu Dan raised her lips but didn't argue. She clearly didn't agree to her father's words. As long as she could cultivate, she would be willing to do anything. She even cursed Yi Mo's eyes. What did Ning Sishuang have? Her chest was that small and was a far cry compared to her. She still seemed like a baby. That cultivator must be blind to take this little girl. And Ning was playing with a jade in her boredom, but her eyes weren't focused on the jade. Long time no see, and Ning. Yimo walked in and she didn't even notice. Seeing this, and Ning looked up and immediately recognized Yimo. She said in shock, "You're Yimo? You're back." Yimo looked at Ning's necklace. After all these years it was still the same. Yimo nodded. "I just came back. Where is your grandpa?" "You came to find my grandpa?" And Ning subconsciously asked, "I thought you came to find Jichi." Yimo just remembered, "How is Jichi?" And Ning said dejectedly, "She has been missing for more than a decade. Sister Yun brought Ting Ting to find you at Luoyu but met Ziki who just came back. She said that you had left Luoyu City. Sister Yun was very disappointed and left with Ting Ting. Jichi said she would send Sister Yun back and they disappeared." "You're saying Yun Bing came to Luoyu to find me?" Yimo asked in shock. "MHM. And Ning nodded. Yimo fell silent. Missing for more than a decade, did they go to the teleportation formation at Duanheng Ranges too? A lot of people left Luoyu City to go to the teleportation formation too, including Erhu, Zhongjiayan, Shu Yuhua, Fang Nan, and so. Yun Bing came at that time, who knows if she went in too? But that also meant that Yun Bing didn't go back to the Yun family, so he didn't need to go visit there. And Ning suddenly said, "My grandpa passed away 3 years ago. Did you need something?" Hearing this, Yimo sighed. "On Earth, if you don't cultivate, so what if you live more than 100 years? You would still end up as Earth." Yimo asked, "I traded the fish your grandpa gave you and he also gave me a jade card. He said that Zhong Zhehui gave it to him. Do you know where Zhong Zhehui got it?" And Ning shook her head. "I don't know, I never asked grandpa about these things." Yimo didn't have the mood to stay anymore and thanked her before turning to leave. And Ning said at this moment, "City Lord Yi, when Sister Yun left she said that if you came back you can go to where she lived in Ninghai. She says she has something for you. Although she's gone, but I feel I need to tell you that." Yimo nodded and left the shop unhappily. After going back to Luoyu Lake, Yimo told Ning Qingshua's parents that he would be leaving Luoyu again. They didn't say anything, they knew that Yimo couldn't stay and they couldn't leave with him. Perhaps one day when they reach a level of cultivation they can leave with Yimo to visit their daughter in Moyu City. Yimo had decided to visit Yun Bing's palace first and then set up a few level 9 attack formation in the wilderness and attack the void. Then he would try to tear the dimension. If that dynasty work, he would go see if he can repair the formation at Duanheng Ranges. Leaving Luoyu, Yimo suddenly felt sad. He actually didn't know where his home was nor where he should go. He didn't fly high. Seagulls passed below his feet on the Indian Ocean. Yimo suddenly was shook. Why was he hesitating? He needed to get to Moyu City, his wife and friends were all there. Realizing this, Yimo's heart opened up. He felt his understanding of state increased and his domain was perfected more. Yimo howled and disappeared on Zishu in the sky. The worst thing for cultivators was hesitation. Luckily he had been cultivating next to the bitter bamboo or his mind would have been invaded by the heart demon. Ninghai, Yimo was planning to go to Yun Bing's house but his spirit sense scanned Ning Xuyan. She was still at Ninghai University. Thinking about this, Yimo realized why she was here. She was probably here to find Ning Siswang. Ning Xuyan didn't seem to be in a good mood. She probably didn't find Ning Siswang and was sitting dazily by the lake. Yimo had decided to tell her, but as soon as he walked into the forest, an extremely excited voice stopped him. "Brother-in-law, I found you again. Please don't fly away again. Whatever Siswang has, I have too. Mine is better than hers." That voice said shakily. It was Chu Dan. He didn't even need to think why she stopped him. Before Yimo could talk, Chu Dan suddenly pulled down her top and even half of her blue bra, showing 2 huge snow-white rabbits. Before Yimo could talk, Chu Dan suddenly pulled down her top and even half of her blue bra, showing 2 huge snow-white rabbits. The sturdy red points on the white rabbits were very vibrant. Even Yimo had to approve that her chest was extremely beautiful. Although Yimo could stop her from doing that, he didn't do it. What she did had nothing to do with him. Even if she was going to strip herself naked, it had nothing to do with me. Look, I won't be any worse than Ning Siswang. I'm a virgin, I definitely am. I promise I will listen to you and I will do anything you tell me to. Chu Dan said as though fearing Yi Mo would fly away. Then she reached out her hand to grab his hand as though wanting to let Yi Mo feel her chest. Yi Mo sneered. How could he let Chu Dan grab his hand? He didn't want to talk to her anymore, but as he was about to leave, Ning Xuyen ran over. Ning Xuyen saw Chu Dan with messy clothes and a worried face and also saw Yi Mo sneering. She was shook. She really didn't understand why Yi Mo was doing this here. Before she could speak, a few other students saw this and also ran over. Ning Xuyen quickly helped Chu Dan pull up her clothes covering her chest before pulling Yi Mo away. Yi Mo was looking for her anyways, so he didn't resist her pulling him away. When Chu Dan realized what was going on, Yi Mo and Ning Xuyen had turned a corner and disappeared into the trees. Ning Xuyen was very worried, harassing a female student in the school and tearing off her bra. If Yi Mo was caught, he would be sent to jail. Yi Mo had the capability to not go jail, but he was Luo Yu city lord. If news got out, he would be ashamed. She really didn't understand why Yi Mo would publicly do this to a girl. Plus, even if Yi Mo did something, who could he let other people see it? Yi Mo. Ning Xuyen's hands were shaky and her face was very bad. We should leave quickly. If other people see you do this, you're over. Yi Mo smiled and pulled away his hand. Don't worry. Seeing that Yi Mo wasn't worried at all, Ning Xuyen said more anxiously, it's all too easy to take photos now, we should leave quickly. If you really need it, even I'm fine, don't do this to students here. Sishuang's parents care about their face. Yi Mo looked at Ning Xuyen strangely, not expecting her to do this. Ning Xuyen knew Yi Mo misunderstood her and quickly explained, I'm saying even if you do something to me, you can't do that to the students here, or not now. Ning Xuyen felt she was getting too desperate, so she stopped talking. She knew Yi Mo had understood her meaning. Yi Mo sighed. Compared to the Ning Xuyen a decade ago, this Ning Xuyen changed so much. Perhaps due to the fall of the Ning family, she learned a lot of things. Yi Mo waved his hand. Xuyen, don't worry. I'm not that desperate, it's a misunderstanding before. I came here to find you. Ning Xuyen didn't believe this at all. First of all, Yi Mo didn't even know she was here. Second, she saw that girl's bra being pulled down. That girl wasn't crazy. Why would she do that to herself? Clearly Yi Mo did it. But before she said anything, Chu Dan ran over. She didn't even tidy up her clothes. Ning Xuyen's face changed again and wanted to pull Yi Mo away, but Chu Dan ran over and knelt on the ground. Immortal Master, I can do anything. Just please take me in as a disciple. Ning Xuyen dazed. What was going on? Was this girl mentally challenged? What did she mean kneeling on the ground and calling Yi Mo an immortal master? Looking at her pretty face and desperate eyes, she clearly wasn't mentally ill. It was obvious just looking at her face that she was very cunning. Yi Mo knew what Chu Dan wanted, but there was no way he would take someone like her as a disciple. Whether it was what she did to Ning Siswang or what she did just then, it all showed that she was a woman who would do anything to get what she wanted. Yi Mo really disliked this. Let's go. Yi Mo said to Ning Xuyen. Ning Xuyen also seemed to realize that Yi Mo didn't harass this girl, but this girl did it herself. Seeing that Yi Mo was going to go, Chu Dan was desperate and quickly crawled up to pull Yi Mo's clothes, but she felt that she couldn't move at all. She further confirmed her guess in her heart and was overjoyed and desperate. Immortal Master, my Chu family used to cultivate too. Now, we still have a dragon door disc that was passed down. Chu Dan said desperately. She didn't need to say no more as Yi Mo stopped. He heard that dragon door disc and he realized that her name was Chu. Yi Mo turned around and she was overjoyed. She didn't know why Yi Mo turned around, but she knew she had hope now. Your Chu family has a dragon door disc? Yi Mo asked. Chu Dan quickly said yes, my Chu family ancestor passed it down. My father called it dragon door disc. If Immortal Master wants to take me in as disciple, I can get my father to give the disc to you. I'm also willing to serve by your side. Ning Xuyen completely realized what was going on. She knew Yi Mo was very powerful, but she was still doubtful about him being an immortal master. She felt quite embarrassed that she thought Yi Mo was very horny before. Where is your house? Yimo asked, and Chu Dan felt she could move again. Chu Dan was so overjoyed that her heart was palpitating rapidly. She quickly said Luo Kang. Yimo didn't expect Chu Dan to be from Luo Kang. He had been there a few times and bought a house there. Yimo asked again, be specific. Xianyun Road, 763, it's a private mansion. Yimo's spirit sense already scanned there. It was a very big private mansion, it was luxurious and had a lot of land. Clearly, the Chu family was very wealthy. Yimo scanned his spirit sense in and didn't take much time to find a dragon door disc contained in a huge jade box inside a safety keep in the main bedroom. Just that huge jade box was priceless. Yimo saw the dragon door disc and knew it was the thing he was looking for. Yimo realized, this Chu Dan quite possibly was Chu Juyu's descendant and Lin Yiban's WN Bei. Thinking about the loyal Lin Yiban, Yimo was hesitating. If it was some ordinary person, he would take the dragon door disc and give some compensation. But Lin Yiban was his helpful assistant. He clearly can't agree to her being his disciple. But if he disagreed, he would feel guilty to Lin Yiban. He really didn't like this Chu Dan. Yimo said to Chu Dan, go wait for me at the school gates. I'm busy, I'll go find you later. Yimo said to Chu Dan, go wait for me at the school gates. I'm busy, I'll go find you later. Chu Dan showed her wits now and left immediately. She knew that if Yimo was really going to leave, there was no point of her staying here. Then, Ning Xuyen asked in confusion, what is this? How is your company? Yimo asked casually. Ning Xuyen nodded. I'm planning to give the Ning Family Corporation to Ning Yang for management. I'm going to move to Luoyu. Yimo said casually. Siswang has gone back to Luoyu. If you want to go to Luoyu, then go to Luoyu Lake to find Siswang. If you want to cultivate, then cultivate with Siswang. If you don't want to cultivate, settling in Luoyu is a good choice too. Ning Xuyen shook her head, clearly not interested in cultivation. Yimo saw this and didn't say much. I'm going. What, already? Ning Xuyen subconsciously asked. Yes, if you have anything you can ask Sishuang's father for help. Goodbye. Yimo disappeared in front of her. Ning Xuyen stared dazedly at this scene, and after a long while, she sighed and walked towards the uni gates. Chu Dan stood in the middle of the school gates. Even though the security guards reminded her a few times, she didn't want to move to the side, fearing that Yimo wouldn't see her. But she knew that it was impossible. She was more scared that Yimo didn't take her seriously and forgot about it. Just when she was still nervous, she suddenly felt she was grabbed into the air. She was shook, but then she immediately rejoiced. She guessed that only that brother-in-law would have such heavenly means. Yimo wasn't going to give up on her. He could easily take the dragon door disc, but he couldn't do that. Even stealing from an ordinary family was lowering his identity. Plus Chu Dan was Lin Yiban's WN Bei. Chu Dan was standing on Yimo's flying ship spirit artifact, and although in a better state than Ning Siswang, she was still shaking. Little did she know that Yimo was also excited. He didn't think the dragon door disc was so easily obtained. He can easily leave Earth and head to Luoyu continent now. When Chu Dan calmed down, he asked plainly, I do need that dragon door disc, but I won't take you in as a disciple. You can either choose to have eternal youth, or I can give you the cultivation resource and cultivation method and you cultivate yourself. Chu Dan's joy cooled down by half. She already said she could do everything Ning Siswang was doing. Why didn't he want to take her in? I can do everything Siswang can do. I can do it better than her. Chu Dan wanted to fight for it regardless. Yimo's tone went cold. I'll say it one more last time. Which one do you want? Yimo had decided that if Chu Dan was still going to pester him, he would just take the dragon door disc and take away both options. He approved of her attitude to cultivate at all costs, but he really didn't like her as a person. Her emotional quotient was much higher than Ning Siswang, and the second time Yimo asked this, she knew there it was non-negotiable. She said without hesitation, I want cultivation method and resource. She wants dumb. One clearly would preserve her youth if she achieved something in cultivation. Yimo nodded. Then go get your dragon door disc. We're already here? Chu Dan looked at the mansion in shock. This was clearly her house. How long has it been and they were here? Chu Hang came home with fatigue, but before he sat down, the maid said Dan Dan is back. What? Chu Hang asked in shock. He just came back from Ninghai, and when he left his daughter was still at uni. How could she bet at home so quickly? How can things be this eerie? Maid asked in shock. CEO, didn't you go to Ninghai? I thought you came back with Dan Dan. Dan Dan brought back a friend and they've been upstairs for 3 hours. What friend? Chu Hang asked nervously. A very handsome young boy. Before she finished, Chu Hang already dashed upstairs. He knew his daughter was in a relationship and he didn't disapprove, but she was not allowed to bring him home. When he forced open his daughter's room, he remembered that the answer to how she was even here wasn't even solved. Thinking about this, he was cold. Dad, I gave the dragon door disc to someone else. Chu Dan said. Chu Hang was furious. He roared, are you crazy? That's passed down by our ancestor. Who took it? Tell me, I'm going to ask for it back again. Chu Dan put down a few jade bottles and said calmly, it's that immortal I told you about. I met him again and he flew me back. He took the dragon door disc and gave me a bunch of cultivation resource. Dad, did I do things wrong? At least I can cultivate now. Chu Hang's fury dissipated and he calmed down. He already believed his daughter already. If she wasn't flown back, how could she come back so quickly? Are you for real? Where is the cultivation method? Chu Hang asked. Chu Dan pointed her at head. That person is too powerful. He says I can't read jade slips, so he just inserted the cultivation method in my brain. It's as clear as if I'm reading a book. I was just looking at the Kai increasing pill. Chu Hang took a cold breath in. For real? He suddenly thought of something and asked nervously, did he do anything to you such as? Chu Dan sneered, if that happened it would be great. Dad, I thought you said he would take me as his disciple if I was willing to do anything for him, but he didn't even want to look at me. I really don't get why that Ning Sis Huang is better than me. Even though she's his disciple, I will surpass her with my own effort. Chu Hang took a cold breath in. He felt he was far from understanding his daughter. Yi Mo came to Yun Bing's place after taking the dragon door disc. There was a layer of dust on everything and Yi Mo casually swiped them away. That time, he disabled Zheng Wenxiao and another man, and soon, so many years had passed. Yi Mo came into her room. The colors was still so simple and a picture of her and Ting Ting hung on the wall. Yi Mo took the picture, he would keep it for memory. Suddenly, he saw a faint blue letter stuck behind the photo. Yi Mo opened it and saw, if you came and still remember us, you can see the letter, Yun Bing. There was another line of small worlds. When I was born, you weren't. When you were born, I'm already old. I regret not being born the same time as you, and spend every day with you. Yi Mo looked at this and sighed. He couldn't repay her feelings, he couldn't even find her. Yi Mo put the picture and storage ring in his storage ring. When Yi Mo left Ninghai again, he knew that everything here would not be related to him anymore. He was leaving here. There was a lot of people waiting for him at Mo Yu City. Momnets later, Yi Mo came to the depth of the desert Taklamakan Desert to activate the formation disk. 1,000 extreme-grade spirit stones were set into a spirit-gathering formation. This formation disk didn't need a lot of spirit Kai, but just in case he still set this up. He only had one chance. 1,000 extreme-grade spirit stones were set into a spirit-gathering formation. This formation disk didn't need a lot of spirit Kai, but just in case he still set this up. He only had one chance. He knew that less than 1% of these spirit stones would be used after the activation, but he didn't mind. Whoever can get those unused spirit stones would be their fortune. These spirit stones can keep one healthy and extend one's life even if they weren't absorbed. Then, Yi Mo took out the fish jump through Dragon Gate formation disc and placed the yin-yang fish and the dragon door disc together. Yi Mo placed the formation disc in his hand and started inserting cultivation essence. Soon, it left Yi Mo's hand and started spinning quickly. It started off slow, but as it devoured the spirit Kai from Yi Mo's spirit gathering formation, it spun rapidly until a faint light enveloped Yi Mo. 15 minutes later, there was a sudden explosion and a black figure disappeared. Nothing was left in this desert, but only the remnant broken dragon door disc showed that someone had left here. Yimo realized that instant that even if he didn't use extreme-grade spirit stones, this space transmission formation disk would still be useful, but Yimo didn't care. He cared about if he could use this opportunity to learn about space transmission. But Yimo realized he overestimated himself. Even with his powerful spirit sense, he was a little dizzy. He couldn't check his surrounding at all. If it was some ordinary person, he would have fainted already. Thud. Yimo woke up and he found he was on an island. Heartless Sea. Yimo looked around and rejoiced. He knew he came back to the Heartless Sea indeed. It didn't teleport him to any big state and he still landed in the Heartless Sea. Some minor problems probably happened to the space formation disk. Otherwise, he wouldn't be falling into the Heartless Sea. Not everyone could leave the Heartless Sea safely, but Yimo didn't mind. He still had a flying ship from Yinshu, and that flying ship speed is just a little lesser than Blue Moon. With his current power, it would be completely for it to fly back to South P State. Yimo stood on the coral island and sighed. He just needed to confirm how far South P State was. Yimo took out a compass and wanted to see where he was in the Heartless Sea. Just a few thousand kilometers ahead, there was a powerful cultivation essence wave. People were fighting. Yimo scanned his spirit sense over and soon, he was speechless to find that he knew all three of them. It was a Truth Realization State Level 6 and a Truth Realization State Level 9 wanting to stop a Truth Realization State Level 4 female cultivator. This female cultivator had low cultivation level but was very powerful and charged out of their barricade many times. That Truth Realization State Level 9 and Truth Realization State Level 6 were the cultivators Yimo had seen in the Dragon Teng Palace. The female cultivator was the Lost Soul Ruins nude female cultivator Miao Huijian. After his deal with her, she said he saved her and would forever treat him as her benefactor. Yimo didn't mind, as if he didn't save her, she wouldn't let him go. Luckily, she was credible and didn't attack him after he saved her. But even though she was very powerful, she was only Truth Realization State Level 4 and was heaving injured under the combined attacks of the other two cultivators. Yimo didn't intend to join this battle, and just when he was about to leave, he saw her flying towards him. Yimo immediately knew that her spirit sense scanned him and wanted to use him. Yimo cursed her. She completely forgot what she said about him before. Yimo hid his power again. He was scared of trouble, but he wasn't scared of these Truth Realization State cultivators. Moments later, they came to where Yimo was. "It's you," the three said in unison. Miao Huijian frowned after saying this, but the other two were overjoyed. "I've been searching for you for so long. I finally see you again today. Great, this is great. I'm Lan Chirue, Chitian Island leader." That Truth Realization State Level 9 quickly said. Heaven Grade Level 7 Pilking, one that was about to reach Heaven Grade Level 8 Pilking. What was more enticing than this in the Heartless Sea? "I'm Huang Chi of Yi Lin Island." The other Truth Realization State Level 6 introduced. If it was some ordinary low-level cultivator, he would have kicked him away already. "So it's Island Lord Lan and Island Lord Huang. I didn't expect for us to meet again so quickly." Yimo saluted with his fists calmly. He wanted to get back to South P State as quickly as possible, but he could ask the two the way. Yimo said to Miao Huijian's sister Miao, "We met again so quickly too." Before she could talk, Lan Chirue laughed. "So Sister Miao is Pil King Yi's friend, then you're our friend, apologies for the offense before." Moments later, Miao Huijian realized she went from being hunted to being a friend. Yimo hid his power, but Miao Huijian knew Yimo was only Cauldron Filling State Level 2. Yimo was this young, how could he be a Pil King? "This place isn't very far from my Chitian Island, come with us to my island Pil King Yi. It's a shabby island, but we won't mistreat Pil King Yi. We can have a celebration, by the way, you must come haha," Lan Chirue said. Miao Huijian was locked up in the Lost Soul Ruins, but she knew from these simple words that Yimo really was a Pil King, and these two clearly didn't want to let Yimo go. Realizing this, Miao Huijian got a headache. She had sworn before to treat Yimo as her savior, but she can't even save herself now. Clearly it was impossible to save Yimo. But if she didn't help, her oath was very deadly. Divine damnation devouring her heart, that was breaking off her Tao path. Thinking about this, Miao Huizhen regretted coming here. Yi Mo smiled, plainly very sorry, but I have other business. I can't go with you to your shabby island. Lan Qiruei was being humble, saying his island was shabby, and he invited Yi Mo with underlying threat intentions. This pill King Yi was too cocky. Lan Qiruei's face sunk immediately. Huang Qi suddenly reached out with his cultivation essence giant hand and sneered, "It's not up to you." Yi Mo sneered and released his power. His domain expanded, and before Hang Qi's cultivation essence giant hand reached Yi Mo, it crippled. Immediately, Huang Qi felt he was bound completely. Perfect domain. Huang Qi said in shock, wanting to break free. He did break free, but because of his underestimation, he doesn't have the chance to release his magic artifact. One purple ray flashed and Huang Qi was split in half. An essence spirit was then crushed by Yi Mo's cultivation essence giant hand. One move, and Huang Qi was dead. No matter how Huang Qi underestimated Yi Mo, he was a truth realization state middle stage. Lan Qiruei's face looked bad and Miao Huizhen was so shocked she couldn't speak. Lan Qiurui immediately realized Yi Mo was definitely a truth realization state cultivator, a very powerful one. He definitely hid his power last time. With Yi Mo's lethal strike, Lan Qiruei estimated that even he was no match for Yi Mo. Such a powerful truth realization state cultivator and a high-level pill king, Lan Qiruei didn't want to be enemies with him. He smiled awkwardly and saluted with his fists. "Since Pill King Yi doesn't want to come to my shabby island, then I'll be leaving first." Then he was about to leave. But Yi Mo said calmly, "Island Lord Lan is so free, coming and going as you please." Yi Mo took Huang Qi's storage ring and then flicked Zishu as he looked calmly at Lan Qiurui. Yi Mo took Huang Qi's storage ring and then flicked Zishu as he looked calmly at Lan Qiurui. Lan Qiruei's face changed. Although he knew that he was no match for Yi Mo, but Yi Mo's words were too abusive. He was a truth realization state level 9 cultivator and he wasn't even allowed to go. Miao Huizhen finally woke up from her shock. The age she was at was far older than Lan Qiruei and Yi Mo. She wasn't an ancient cultivator, but she had been through countless times. She had never seen a young and dominant cultivator like Yi Mo. A truth realization state level 9 wasn't even allowed to go in front of him. Even if some cultivator dared to say this, he would be extremely powerful. How many could be young like Yi Mo? At the same time, she also didn't understand. She fought with Yi Mo. He was only cauldron filling state level 2 before, so how did he reach truth realization state in such a short time that she can't even see his power level? "Pill King Yi, do you want to forcefully keep me here?" Lan Qiruei said and exploded his power. Yi Mo sneered. His force was powerful but his domain was weak. In other words, he was a tiger made of paper. Yi Mo was certain that if Yin Shu and Lan Qiruei fought, Lan Qiruei would be killed soon if he doesn't run. "You're right. I'm going to keep you. What are you going to do?" Yi Mo didn't like trouble, but for those who messed with him, he wouldn't mind having some trouble. "You." Lan Qiruei's face was red. He said those words and released his power to let Yi Mo know he was a truth realization state level 9 cultivator and let Yi Mo have some concerns. Then, he would give something to compensate him and so he can leave. But Yi Mo wasn't affected by his Kai at all and still didn't show any respect. Lan Qiruei waved his hand and a golden light circulated around his body before landing in his hands. Yi Mo saw it was a pair of phoenix rings. They were entwined and an extreme-grade cultivation artifact. Ring shadows flew around Lan Qiruei and even without attacking, the spinning rhythm and the cultivation essence waves made even Miao Huizhen dizzy. Seeing this, she felt very lucky that she was even able to escape for that long from Lan Qiruei. The ring hadn't attacked, but it already made buzzing sounds, and that force made people feel that if you were encompassed inside you would be obliterated. Lan Qiruei didn't attack and just looked coldly at Yi Mo, meaning that if you want to fight, I'm not scared of you. Yi Mo smiled. He had even fought Suo Anshan and Shatar. This ordinary truth realization state level 9 really didn't concern him at all. Yi Mo hacked out with Zishu, Illusion Cloud Hua Mountain Strike. Only this move could made Yi Mo feel free. Ever since going into the void, Yi Mo hadn't been able to fight freely. Lan Chirue saw this and released the rings with full power. The golden rings immediately expanded into two nearly 300-meter-long golden rings. At the same time, the countless smaller golden rings formed a golden ring pillar wanting to attack Yi Mo from inside the golden circle. There was an extreme scorching sensation, and the two 300-meter-long rings had a powerful suction force. Yi Mo sneered and released his power again. With the surge of his cultivation essence, the space around him was about to freeze. Lan Chirue felt his dual ring start to slow down and the two main rings shrink. His face changed greatly. There had been all too many truth realization state cultivators on Luoyu continent since the ancient times, but which of them could perfect his domain? But now he believed it, Yi Mo truly perfected his domain. His dual rings had been suppressed, and if he can't break free of Yi Mo's domain quickly, they would be completely subjugated. If his magic artifact was subjugated, then he would be in danger. Lan Chirue started burning his essence blood without hesitation. When the dual rings loosened, he breathed easy and was about to retreat. Rumble. Before he retreated, Zishu hacked onto the dual rings. The unfinished ring pillar instantly crippled, splashing golden light everywhere. The purple ray wasn't done yet, it also sliced across Lan Chirue's chest. Splurge. Lan Chirue's cultivation artifact armor was hacked open, bring a stream of blood flying out in the air. At the same time, Lan Chirue's cultivation essence backlashed on him and he spat blood flying out a few hundred meters. Midway, he ate a pill and quickly yelled, "Pill King Yi, I admit defeat, please forgive me for my past offense." Yi Mo didn't keep hunting Lan Chirue. He knew that Lan Chirue wasn't heavily injured. If he used his full power, he could kill Lan Chirue, but it would be troublesome. The main thing was that the dual rings were strange and Yi Mo felt Lan Chirue didn't use its full power, not even half. He didn't know if it was that Lan Chirue couldn't control it or he hid his power. Regardless, if Lan Chirue was willing to pay compensation, then he wouldn't mind letting him go. His main goal now wasn't to fight this island lord but get back to Moyu City. Seeing Yi Mo stopping, Lan Chirue breathed easy. He didn't think of running away from Yi Mo. If he could, then Yi Mo wouldn't be so casual. He was cursing in his heart, "Yi Mo, you top-level truth realization state cultivator, why would you be so bored to pretend to be a low-level cultivator?" Even if he wanted Yi Mo to concoct pills for him, he would connect with him and show his genuine attitude. Miao Huizhen looked at Yi Mo in shock, rejoicing that she didn't try to run away. She didn't expect Yi Mo to be this powerful. She knew how powerful Lan Chirue was, and if it wasn't that she had a few ancient escape techniques, she would have died many times already. Yet a truth realization state level 9 like this was injured in moments to Yi Mo, and he admitted defeat. Cultivators had pride, and admitting defeat wasn't easy. Lan Chirue hesitated for a long while before taking out a jade box to Yi Mo. "Pill King Yi, you're a level 9 pill king. I happen to have a level 9 spirit herb marrow essence mushroom. Now it's yours, Pill King Yi." Hearing this, Yi Mo's face sunk. It was rather precious in the Heartless Sea. Any spirit herb that was level 9 was precious, but Yi Mo had a whole pile of them in the Golden Page world. Seeing this, Lan Chirue immediately knew things wasn't good. Suddenly, Yi Mo's power rose drastically. Lan Chirue was shook. This power was much more dominant than before. Did Yi Mo not even use his full power? Thinking about this, Lan Chirue didn't dare to hesitate at all and took out a faint blue jade box. "I have something here that Pill King Yi might be interested in." Yi Mo took the jade box and opened it. He immediately found a rare flame inside. It was Earth Flame, the 16th ranked in the cultivation realm Dragon Heart Flame. It was ranked 16th, but it was very rare as it was from a dragon core. 4 dragon-related spirit beasts, it was better than Heaven Flame. Yi Mo took the jade box and opened it. He immediately found a rare flame inside. It was Earth Flame, the 16th ranked in the cultivation realm Dragon Heart Flame. It was ranked 16th, but it was very rare as it was from a dragon core. 4 dragon-related spirit beasts, it was better than Heaven Flame. Yi Mo was very happy seeing the Dragon Heart Flame. Even if he didn't need it, there would be people around him who would need it. Seeing Yi Mo take it, Lan Chirue finally breathed easy and ached in his heart. This was a very hard to get rare flame and now he lost it for no reason. Lan Chirue didn't want to stay here for a minute, so he smiled awkwardly and saluted with his fists. Pil King Yi, in that case, I won't stay here anymore. Yi Mo immediately nodded and just wanted to agree when Miao Huijian suddenly said, wait. Lan Chirue didn't think much of Miao Huijian, but he had to look at Yi Mo. Yi Mo looked at Miao Huijian in confusion. She said to Yi Mo, the reason he had that Huang Qi wanted to kill me was because I found a big secret and they wanted to seal my mouth. Lan Chirue's face changed drastically, but he quickly said, it's no secret, just a few sealed spirit ranges were found under the Lost Soul ruins. Yi Mo heard this and lost interest. He still had tens of extreme-grade spirit ranges in his Golden Page world. If it was some other time, he might be willing to spend some time to get it, but not now. Miao Huijian sneered. It's definitely not a few spirit ranges, it's a spirit-nourishing well with those few spirit ranges there just to preserve it. Hearing this, Yi Mo's heart shook. How could he not know what a spirit-nourishing well was? The hardest thing to improve for a cultivator was spirit sense. Spirit sense usually improved slower than your cultivation level. Spirit sense was even more important to cultivators than cultivation essence, so all cultivators would try to improve their spirit sense. There were very few spirit items that could improve one's spirit sense power. Even the spirit recovery pill was just to repair the spirit sense, not improve it. But the spirit nourishing well was something that could increase spirit sense, and it was very rare. If you drank from this well or cultivated next to it, your spirit sense would grow faster than ordinary cultivators, even with a spirit sense cultivation method. What shook Yi Mo was that he knew from Thing there were two types of spirit nourishing wells. One was natural, formed by extreme-grade spirit items or spirit kai. Once it was used up, it would completely disappear. Another was formed by the spirit refining pearl, and the value of it was immeasurable. Spirit refining pearls were formed after billions of years with a unique essence spirit kai in the world. Once it had formed, the pearl would form a spirit-nourishing well around it with adequate spirit supply. Usually, if someone found a spirit-refining pearl, he wouldn't take it away. Instead, he would provide spirit kai to it so it could form the spirit-nourishing well. Yi Mo also saw from Thing that once in the immortal realm, the spirit-refining pearl could evolve to form higher-level spirit-nourishing wells. Yi Mo hadn't seen it, but that evolution was formed through countless years, much longer than the lifespan of a cultivator. Yi Mo suppressed his urge for the spirit-refining pearl and looked at Lan Chirue calmly. I was genuine to Island Lord Lan, but you don't seem to be genuine to me. Hearing about the spirit-nourishing well, Lan Chirue was also shook. He really didn't know there was that. But hearing Yi Mo's words, he cursed in his heart, you weren't genuine to me at all. However, he didn't dare to say that and could only say, I really don't know, a few friends and me saw the sealed spirit ranges. We weren't sure if there was a spirit-nourishing well. If Brother Yi is interested, we can go look at it together. Yi Mo nodded. Since Brother Lan invited me, I'll come with you. After all, more people more power. Miao Huijian quickly said, I found the spirit-nourishing well. I have been in the Lost Soul ruins for countless years and I know every corner of it. A long time ago, I felt Lost Soul ruins was extraordinary, but when I left it I was heavily injured. Now that I have recovered a little, I came back here to find the spirit-nourishing well, but as soon as I found the approximate location these people found it too. Miao Huijian was very unhappy. If she didn't see Yi Mo today, she might have been annihilated. So they were going to annihilate you? Yi Mo looked coldly at Lan Chirue and asked. Since Brother Yi wants to go, then let's hurry. Lan Chirue was more desperate than Yi Mo. If he came to annihilate this woman and the spirit-nourishing well was taken by someone else first, then that would be a tragedy. Then let's go. Yi Mo was also worried that the spirit-refining pearl would fall into someone else's hands. Seeing the black flying ship Yi Mo released, Lan Chirue's eyelids fluttered. Luckily he didn't plan to run, he was certain this flying ship was beyond an extreme-grade cultivation artifact. Even though it wasn't a half-immortal artifact yet, it wasn't far from it. Miao Huijian immediately came up to thank Yi Mo. Yi Mo nodded and didn't say much. He didn't know her that well, but he knew she was a cruel woman. They flew for half a day and their spirit sense could scan to lost soul ruins. Yi Mo was familiar with the path here, and could find a way back to Mo Yu City even without a compass. Compared to before, the lost soul ruins was more shabby. It was in complete ruins instead of the vague outline of the city he saw before. Once here, Yi Mo's spirit sense scanned to the other three people. Yi Mo was speechless, he knew all three again. It was Teng Yi's father Teng Xiong, Zhuyan Island Lord Jie Feng, and another truth realization state level 7 he saw at the Dragon Teng Palace. The three stood at a plain grey stone block as though waiting for Lan Qiruwei and Huang Qi to come back. Seeing this tablet, Yi Mo knew there was a level 9 stealth formation that was broken in not long ago. With the dense spirit Kai emitting out, Yi Mo could guess there were a few extreme grade spirit ranges. Island Lord Lan, you actually found Yi Mo. Teng Xiong and the other truth realization state level 7 saw Yi Mo and also looked very happy. They didn't know why Lan Qiruwei would bring Yi Mo back, but since he appeared they weren't going to let Lan Qiruwei keep Yi Mo to himself. How could Lan Qiruwei not know what they meant? There was a sneer on his mouth, but he didn't speak. Yi Mo just nodded, saluted with his fists to Jie Feng, ignoring Teng Xiong and the truth realization state level 7 Island Lord Jie, long time no see. Yi Mo just nodded, saluted with his fists to Jie Feng, ignoring Teng Xiong and the truth realization state level 7 Island Lord Jie, long time no see. Ha ha. Jie Feng laughed and came up, patting Yi Mo on the shoulder. Brother Yi Mo, long time no see. Thanks for the spirit herb you left last time, allowing my daughter to have a new life. Now that I finally see you again, if you're free you must come to my island. Yi Mo knew Jie Feng wanted to help him. He knew last time that Teng Xiong and them wanted to forcefully take him away. He probably thought he was forced over here by Lan Qiruwei and thus he invited him over to his island as a guest. He's implying that Yi Mo is my guest. If anyone wants to harm him then he's looking for trouble with me. Seeing Yi Mo only nod to them, Teng Xiong and the truth realization state level 7 were very annoyed. A mere cauldron filling state level 2 dared to be like this, but remember Yi Mo was a level 7 pill king, they forced down their anger. A level 7 pill king was a money-making tree. Just imagine what owning a level 7 pill king in the Heartless Sea meant. Countless high-level beast cultivator and cultivators would come asking for pills and all sorts of good resources would be provided to him. Seeing that Jie Feng wants to have a peace, Teng Xiong was immediately unhappy. Jie Feng was powerful but not powerful enough to take on them three. Teng Xiong immediately signaled to Lan Qiruwei wanting to join up against Jie Feng, but Lan Qiruwei kept his head low and didn't even look over nor use his spirit sense. Seeing this, both Teng Xiong and Lan Qiruwei were shocked. Jie Feng thought that after saying that, Teng Xiong and them would join up against him. Yi Mo saved his daughter. Regardless, if he could save Yi Mo this time he would do his best. If he really can't, then he wouldn't feel guilty as he tried his best. But he didn't expect Lan Qiruwei to back out. Jie Feng immediately realized that Lan Qiruwei definitely Yi Mo was a pill king and wanted Yi Mo to work for him long time. He didn't want to share Yi Mo with Teng Xiong and Gongzhe. But if Lan Qiruwei had such thoughts, why bring Yi Mo over? Could he beat Teng Xiong? That was impossible. There were only 16 truth realization state cultivators in this area of the truth realization state and everyone knew each other. Lan Qiruwei was definitely no match for Teng Xiong. Even Gongzhe stopped his rage. Even though he wasn't afraid of Lan Qiruwei, he was the weakest here. He didn't believe Teng Xiong would give up Yi Mo easily. As long as Teng Xiong didn't give up on Yi Mo he would have a way to split some benefits. Yi Mo just smiled and saluted with his fists. Thank you Island Lord Jie, but Yi Mo is busy and I'm about to go back. I just heard that Island Lord Lan say he found a few extreme grade spirit ranges here, so I came to earn something wealth and get a few spirit ranges to use. Hearing this, Teng Xiong and Gongzhe realized that Yi Mo and Lan Qiruwei reached an agreement. He would only help Lan Qiruwei, and because Lan Qiruwei was backing him up, Yi Mo dared to speak like this. Jie Feng was bewildered. With him helping, it was strange that Yi Mo still rejected his offer to help. Even though Lan Qiruwei was a truth realization state level 9, what right did he have to take all the spirit ranges here? But concerning Yi Mo, he didn't talk. Extreme-grade spirit ranges were valuable, but if he could use it to not owe Yi Mo anymore, he would be willing to. Teng Xiong knew it was Lan Qiruwei behind this, but he still sneered to Yi Mo. Little brother Yi, you're so bold. Do you think you can certainly beat Island Lord Jie, Island Lord Gong and me? Then what do you want? Yi Mo asked. We found it first. Since you came last, then you can only wait till we've split it. Teng Xion said this, expecting Lan Qiruwei to immediately say something. Everyone looked at Lan Qiruwei, wanting to know if he would say something after having his rights to a share taken. But he stood up and said, I have no objections to Pil King Yi's words. Everyone sneered. It was indeed so. Gongzhe glanced at Teng Xiong and immediately knew that he was completely furious. Gongzhe stood out and said, Island Lord Lan doesn't mind, but I do. Yi Mo, you came last, but you want a few spirit ranges. Do you think you can do whatever you want just because someone is supporting you? No matter how powerful your support is, I, Gongzhe, will take back the share that belongs to me. What do you think, Island Lord Jie? Jie Feng felt something was wrong. Unless Lan Qiruwei was crazy or he didn't want to live, he would dare to challenge all of them for a few spirit ranges. Thinking about this, he said loudly, if these 3 or 4 spirit ranges really belongs to Yi Mo, then I don't mind. I owe brother Yi one. Gongzhe was shook. He didn't expect Jie Feng would be willing to give up extreme-grade spirit range to Lan Qiruwei. But he wasn't an idiot and also realized something was wrong. Yi Mo sneered, Island Lord Gong's words are like farts. How come I heard that these few spirit ranges are first found by my friend Miao Huizhen? Now, it becomes you found it first. Is your face thicker than my magic artifact? Everyone else dazed. Miao Huizhen was a truth realization state level 4, who would take her seriously. Gongzhe's face burst red, but this time he didn't waste time talking with Yi Mo. He looked coldly at Lan Qiruwei and said, Island Lord Lan, do you think you can ridicule me however you like just because you're a little stronger than me? I'm truth realization state level 7, but I don't fear Island Lord Lan. Lan Qiruwei sneered, Gongzhe, you want to start trouble, I'm not scared of you too. Which ear did you hear me insulting you? Point out someone who heard me insulting you. Am I looking for trouble or are you? Very well, very well. After being insulted by a cauldron-filling state level 2 and Lan Qiruwei, Gongzhe couldn't hold his fury anymore and a blue magic artifact appeared on his hand. He released it was full power immediately. At the same time, his blue magic artifact turned into a huge club that was covered in lightning that loomed over the nearby 100 meters. Yi Mo happened to be under it. Gongzhe used his full power immediately as he knew Lan Qiruwei would stop him. Another lightning element magic artifact and a half-extreme grade cultivation artifact. Yi Mo sneered. Jie Feng was shook. Gongzhe was only truth realization state level 7, so he didn't consider him a threat, but this person had such a powerful magic artifact. The lightning club emitted more than 10 baby arm-sized lightning arcs down. Its power was shocking. Even space itself seemed to be getting unstable. Lan Qiruwei's face changed. He thought he would be able to beat Gongzhe without trouble, but with this move, Gongzhe showed power not far from his. Plus, lightning arcs were one of the most powerful offensive means. This meant that Gongzhe was on par with him. Even if he wanted to beat Gongzhe, it wouldn't be a quick fight. He might even need to use secret techniques. Everyone looked at Lan Qiruwei. They believed that Yi Mo wouldn't be able to live under such terrifying lightning arc attacks. Seeing Lan Qiruwei's face changed, they realized that Lan Qiruwei's greed really took over his reason. But both Jie Feng and Teng Xiong didn't move. They knew that Lan Qiruwei would save Yi Mo. But the next moment their face changed greatly. Lan Qiruwei didn't move at all. Jie Feng regretted. No matter what, Yi Mo was dead for sure now. He wouldn't even be able to save him in time. Gongzhe saw that Yi Mo didn't want to dodge at all and Lan Qiruwei didn't move either and was very shook. He didn't want to kill Yi Mo but only wanted to teach Yi Mo a lesson to warn Lan Qiruwei. Gongzhe saw that Yi Mo didn't want to dodge at all and Lan Qiruwei didn't move either and was very shook. He didn't want to kill Yi Mo but only wanted to teach Yi Mo a lesson to warn Lan Qiruwei. As long as Yi Mo had the will to dodge he could save him, but Yi Mo didn't even want to move. He didn't even flinch. Yimo didn't move because although these lightning arcs would be enough to kill truth realization state primary stage cultivators, they were just like a tickle to him. He was God state body refinement now, and even if he wasn't, devouring lightning source was all too easy for him. These lightning arcs would at most break his clothes. Asterisk thud thud asterisk the lightning arcs fell on Yimo's body and made eerie low thuds. There wasn't the sound of crisp lightning strikes that there was supposed to be. Everyone thought that after that blast, Yimo would be turned to dust. But after that vibrant wave of lightning arcs, everyone's was dazed. Yimo patted the dust off his shirt and seemed very at ease. Not even his clothes were creased nor a hair out of place. The scene was dead silent. Everyone saw the power of the lightning arcs. No one believed they would be able to dodge it without even creasing their shirt. But Yimo did this without a magic artifact or taking any action. He just stood there. Lan Chirue's eyes spasmed. He felt he underestimated Yimo. Yimo was more powerful than he had imagined. Ting Xiong's heart sunk. He realized who Yimo's support was. Yimo was pretending to be weak this whole time. With this power, not even Jie Feng would be a match for him. He had the power to take a few spirit ranges. He finally realized why Lan Chirue kept his head low coming here. He didn't force Yimo to come over, Yimo forced Lan Chirue to lead the way. Jie Feng took a cold breath in. He also felt concerned about the lightning arcs, but Yimo was able to take it without moving. Not even truth realization state peak stage cultivators could do this. He felt the same as Ting Xiong. Yimo had hid his power. Thinking that he didn't force Yimo before, he rejoiced his decision. If he forced Yimo and angered Yimo, then not only would he not be able to make such a friend, but he would lose his 2 daughters also. The scene was dead silent as what Yimo did wasn't something truth realization state cultivators could do. This was on the level of a hollow immortal. Gongzhe was also shook, but the instant he reacted his back was covered in sweat. Before he could retreat, Yimo sneered. "You want to retreat after blasting me with lightning? Keep dreaming." Yimo waved his hand and a lightning sword was released. It was the size of a grown man's arm and it was black like ink. With a rumble, the lightning sword was about to land on Gongzhe. The danger of being killed came. Gongzhe in his worry didn't even take back his mace to block this strike. He just wanted to dodge the lightning sword. But the next moment, he sweat even more. He felt the space around him turn solid and he could barely move. In that instant, he could only barely move his head aside. With a rumble, the black lightning sword slashed into Gongzhe's shoulder. Gongzhe was smashed and etched into solid ground, his entire arm now missing. After spitting blood, Gongzhe crawled up and quickly took back his magic artifact. "Pil King Yi, I exit the spirit range Phi." Before Yimo replied, he roared, "Palace Lord Teng, Island Lord Lan, you can't just watch me die. We 5 islands." Gongzhe knew from what Yimo just showed that he was hugely lucky he wasn't instantly killed. Plus, that was only 1 lightning sword before. If Yimo used a few more, or 10 more, what would he do then? Lan Chirue took a cold breath in. He had other cards but so did Yimo. This lightning sword was so powerful just with 1, who was certain that Yimo could only use 1? If Yimo used more than 10 and trapped him, wouldn't he be in the same situation as Gongzhe? Lan Chirue and Teng Xiong instantly realized the situation and before Yimo could attack again, the 2 stood out and saluted with their fists. "Pil King Yi, since Island Lord Gong admitted his wrongs already, please have mercy." Yimo did intend to kill Gongzhe to assert dominance but he had some concerns. He didn't know the relationship between Jie Feng and Teng Xiong and them. He wasn't afraid of Teng Xiong and Lan Chirue, but if the 2 joined forces, he wouldn't have a lot of upper hand. If Jie Feng was involved, then his main purpose would be affected. He came here not to kill but for the spirit refining pearl. Even if he didn't kill Gongzhe, he already asserted his dominance so he nodded. "Since you 2 asked, I'll show mercy to this man. If he dares to offend me again, I will crush him." Gongzhe's face was pale like snow, and now that Yimo finally let him go, he was overjoyed. Seeing this, the 2 breathed easy. They weren't confident in taking on Yimo together. Plus, they hadn't been on good terms with Jie Feng and had long wanted to annihilate Yinju Island. If Gongzhe was dead, They would have one less ally. If this balance was broken, it wasn't good. Even though he knew Lan Qiruwei was forced over by Yi Mo, Teng Xiong still asked, Island Lord Lan, where did Huang Qi go? Before Lan Qiruwei could reply, Yi Mo said coldly, I killed him. Huang Qi had been Lan Qiruwei's follower, and now that Yi Mo said he killed him in front of Lan Qiruwei didn't show any expression. Teng Xiong and Gong Zhe all felt fear. They had even dared to try and capture Yi Mo for pill concoction. Gong Zhe hid on the side, not even daring to overtly eat pills. He was regretful to the extreme. Jie Feng and Teng Xiong, the two old foxes, must have seen something and thus didn't make a move. But he didn't think carefully and just jumped straight in. He was very lucky to even be alive. Jie Feng walked up and saluted with his fists to Yi Mo. I really didn't expect Brother Yi to be this powerful, and I even dared to give you a few pointers. Yi Mo said, I admire Island Lord Jie's character. I wish to be friends. Island Lord Jie is older than me. If you think we're friends, just call me Yi Mo, haha, then I won't be too polite. It's my luck to know a friend like Brother Yi. Jie Feng laughed. Seeing Jie Feng connect with Yi Mo, Teng Xiong and Lan Qiruwei's face didn't look good. Teng Xiong quickly said, Pill King Yi, there's 4 spirit range, what do you think? Seeing Jie Feng connect with Yi Mo, Teng Xiong and Lan Qiruwei's face didn't look good. Teng Xiong quickly said, Pill King Yi, there's 4 spirit range, what do you think? He only thought of it as a joke when Yi Mo said he wanted all of it, but now he didn't think so. If Yi Mo really wanted all of it and he had Jie Feng to help him, there was nothing he could do. Yi Mo didn't care about these spirit ranges. If it was before he went into the Void Fissure, he definitely would take all of it, but now, he was too wealthy. The reason he said he would take all of it was to assert his dominance and take authority for dividing up the spirit-nourishing well. Yi Mo wasn't afraid of these few people, but in the cultivation realm, it was taboo to take everything for yourself. Now that he got what he wanted, as Teng Xiong was asking him how to divide things, Yi Mo wasn't going to stay dominant. If news of the spirit refining pearl got out, it wouldn't be 1 or 2 truth realization states coming. No matter how powerful he was, he couldn't annihilate all truth realization state cultivators. Power was everything in the cultivation realm, but you can't draw too much hate. Throughout history, no matter how powerful the master, if he had too many foes, he didn't end up well. Yi Mo laughed. How do I dare to divide the things here? The reason I said that was because I didn't like how some people were being so cocky. Yi Mo continued, I feel like Palace Lord Ting has a lot of knowledge. His decision would be more considerate than mine. Everyone dazed. What was Yi Mo doing? Even Teng Xiong felt strange. But the following words Yi Mo said made Teng Xiong completely understand. Yi Mo laughed. Island Lord Gong is very generous and doesn't want a share of this, allowing everyone to have more. But I agree to Palace Lord Ting a lot. Only the first person here has the right to split the things here. I came later than all of you. I don't have the right to divide things. Palace Lord Ting said he came here first, then I believe it's better for him to divide things. Hearing this, everyone understood what was going on and cursed Yi Mo for being shameless. Yi Mo was not only going to take the good things and still wanted to stand on moral high grounds. He really was someone that didn't want to lose out on anything. Only Jie Feng knew Yi Mo wasn't such person. How could Teng Xiong not know what Yi Mo meant? But if he didn't want to fight with Yi Mo, he would have to speak the truth. He coughed and said in embarrassment, I'm not the first one here either. Pill King Yi's friend came here first. In that case, let your friend divide things up. Yi Mo clapped. Oh, so Sister Miao came first. I almost made a big mistake. Since you all don't have any opinions, then Sister Miao, please help us divide things. How could Miao Huijian not know what Yi Mo meant? Although she knew Yi Mo came for the spirit-nourishing well, she wasn't certain if Yi Mo didn't want the extreme-grade spirit ranges at all. So she immediately said, Pill King Yi saved my life. I believe that no matter what is found here, Pill King Yi gets the first share and then we can split the rest evenly. How about it? With this, everyone agreed. Yi Mo was the strongest here and wanted to take all 4 to begin with. Gong Zhe objected and was easily killed. Who dared to say no? It seems Yi Mo was being reasonable everywhere, but this made Teng Xiong very annoyed. He had no choice but to find something to talk Pill King Yi, I wonder how my son Tengyi is? I don't know. Yimo's answer almost made him spit blood, but there was nothing he could do about Yimo. Jiefeng felt good and said, in that case, let's open all the spirit ranges here first. Okay. Lan Chirue agreed. The huge rock was easily opened, revealing 4 spirit range, but as soon as they showed, a huge white jade pond beneath it was also revealed. It had clearly been there since antiquity, and it was filled more than half with a milky white liquid. Spirit nourishing pond. People called out at the same time. A faint aroma came, and even Lan Chirue couldn't help calling out. The pond was at almost 700 square meter in size. This was invaluable. Even Tengyi and Gongzhi realized that Yimo probably already knew there was the spirit nourishing well here. They all looked at Yimo. The 4 extreme grade spirit range were already extremely precious things, but it was really nothing to truth realization state level 9 cultivators compared to spirit nourishing well. This was something useful to truth realization state peak stage cultivators. No one wanted to give up on this. Yimo saw this and saluted with his fists. I didn't expect there to be spirit nourishing well here. Let me confirm if it's real. Then, Yimo jumped into the white jade pond. Everyone saw this and the corner of their eyes spasmed. This was damaging the well, one only needed to scoop a drop with his finger. But no one questioned Yimo for doing this. Yimo wasn't trying to damage the well, he was checking where the spirit refining pearl was. He could walk around the pond and test it, but then people would be suspicious. Thus, he jumped into the pond and emitted his powerful domain. He soon noticed something different. The density of the well was the greatest the furthest away from him. Yimo frowned. This uneven distribution of density would soon be noticed if they came down. Thinking about this, Yimo stood above the pond and went to the other side before saying, I think I only want 1 spirit range, and as for this spirit nourishing well, I'll only take a quarter. You guys can split the rest. Then, Yimo set up a few restrictions and separated the 1/4 that he said was his, and then forcefully used his domain to stir up the remaining 3/4, making their density even. Then, he landed on his 1/4 and took an extreme grade spirit range. Yimo did things very naturally, and although seeming a little dominant, no one questioned him. Lan Chirue even felt lucky that Yimo only wanted a quarter, not half. Seeing this, Jiefeng quickly went down and took a quarter from the remaining pond and took a spirit range. I've taken mine. Ting Xiong was the next to go. He took a spirit range and took a third of the remaining liquid. It was Lan Chirue and Miao Huizhen left. Lan Chirue looked at Miao Huizhen. We'll split evenly what's left, how about it? You're tuning in to the Celestial War YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.